I raise dinosaurs in the apocalypse. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 51 Departure to the county town. Fill up the motorcycle with gas, and it will be enough to ride to the county town. Lin Kong wiped the sweat from his face, and suddenly felt hungry, so he said to Lin Kong pitifully, can I eat tonight? Look, at least I have 2 motorcycles, right? Lin Kong, under the instructions of the president, did a lot of unscrupulous dirty work, and he did become a cold-blooded person who killed people without blinking an eye. But at the same time, he is still a foodie. No matter how fate changes, his original intention of enjoying food will never change. Although Xiaogo's food is not as good as Lin Kong's, it can be said to be a rare delicacy for Lin Kong. Since eating last night, Lin Kong is always thinking about those delicious meals. Okay, enough rice, but you can only eat vegetables at most, not meat. Lin Kong understands the leadership principle of carrot and stick. He can't force Lin Kong too much, and it's okay to give him some benefits appropriately. In the countryside, almost every household has a vegetable field, so there are a lot of vegetables, but bacon and the like are very rare. Good things should be left for the family to eat. The two went home. The food was cooked. Before eating, Lin Kong washed his hands cleanly. During the meal, although Lin Kong ordered Lin Kong not to eat meat, Lin Kong still secretly, when picking up vegetables, he often accidentally picked up a piece of bacon. In this regard, Lin Kong also turned a blind eye. After eating, Lin Kong touched his stomach, closed his eyes, and felt quite satisfied. If only he could stay at Lin Kong's house every day to eat. However, this is almost impossible. He knew very well that if it weren't for rescuing Lin Kong's mother, he would have been hacked to death by Lin Kong. After eating and drinking, night fell, and everyone began to rest. Dinosaur possession. Start. At 12 o'clock in the middle of the night, Lin Kong was on the 3rd floor, secretly practicing the skills of the Triceratops. The departure was imminent tomorrow, and he was a little uneasy and couldn't fall asleep. So, Lin Kong had to get up and familiarize himself with his skills to prepare for the next rescue operation. We must think of some special tricks. Lin Kong's fighting skills were not good, so he could only think of some insidious moves to sneak attack others. He often read The Romance of the Three Kingdoms, so he was very familiar with the 36 stratagems, and he was very handy when he thought of tricks. Once he started thinking, his brain became more active, and before he knew it, it was the next morning. It was about 6 o'clock. There was only a faint white light in the east, and it was still a while before the sun came out. Akong, didn't you sleep all night? Xiaogo got up early and was about to make breakfast for everyone, but suddenly he heard a noise upstairs. He went up and saw Lin Kong with a pair of dark circles under his eyes. I forgot while practicing. Lin Kong touched his head and said embarrassedly. After a night of exploration, Lin Kong found that he was born to be a sly old man. Whenever he thought of a special trick, he would be very happy and excited. He even wanted to take some zombies to test the actual effect. You are just an ordinary person. You have to get enough sleep. Oh, forget it. I'm going to cook, Xiaogo advised. But then he thought of the difficulty of this rescue operation, and he felt relieved. He once took the college entrance examination. The night before the exam, he was also nervous and tossed and turned in bed, worried that he would not pass the exam the next day. Now, Lin Kong is facing the lives of his relatives. This rescue operation is far more important, difficult, and tense than a college entrance examination. If it were him, he would definitely not be able to sleep all night. By the way, don't wake up Qiao, Lin Kong reminded in a low voice, because he planned to leave quietly in the morning. Otherwise, Lin Qiao would definitely cry and tear, and pull his clothes to prevent him from leaving. According to the plan, today should be the day for Lin Qiao to evolve. Although Lin Kong wanted to know what Lin Qiao's superpower was, he still chose to leave after breakfast. Okay, Xiaogo agreed. Today's breakfast is fried noodles with minced meat. Lin Kong was awakened by the smell while sleeping. While watching Yiziago frying noodles, he praised her cooking skills. "Sister-in-law, your fried noodles are too fragrant. Wait a minute, can I have a bowl?" Yiziago looked at Lin Kingfing's drooling look, and suddenly felt that he and the Ling brother who only said 3 words were two different people. However, in today's society, there are too many people with beastly hearts. So Yiziago would not suddenly be kind because of Lin Kingfing's gluttonous appearance. She replied lightly, "Don't ask me, I have no right to decide." "Okay." Lin Kingfing looked disappointed. Yiziago's reaction was actually within his expectations. After all, he was a cold-blooded killer who wanted to kill her. An ant. Da. Lin Kong came down from upstairs with 2 dinosaurs. Lin Kingfing rushed over and asked about eating fried noodles. "You can eat fried noodles, but you know the rules." Lin Kong agreed to Lin Kingfing's request, but also attached conditions. I know, Lin Kingfing replied happily. The fried noodles are cooked. Lin Kingfing couldn't wait to fill a large bowl of fried noodles, and then picked out all the minced meat in it. Lin Kong's rule is that Lin Kingfing is not qualified to eat meat for the time being. Even if he can't eat minced meat, Lin Kingfing is very satisfied as long as he has fried noodles. After dinner, the food and weapons he brought with him were also well prepared. Lin Kong and Lin Kingfing walked out of the house. At this time, the red sun finally half appeared from the valley in the east. "Dad, Ziago, I'm leaving." "When you stay at home, it's best not to leave the village. There are a lot of things to eat in the village anyway. Don't trust other people easily. In this end times, you must always use the greatest malice to guess other people's minds." The original text is available at LU number 9 at book/bar. Before leaving, Lin Kong solemnly warned, if it were a peaceful era, it would be natural to respect the elderly and love the young, and treat others kindly. However, in the end times without laws, it is best to be cautious. The Li Kegi incident was because of his sympathy that almost killed his family. "Son, don't worry, since that 4-eyed turtle grandson stabbed me, I will never trust others again." Lin Das-han stood at the door and said indignantly. Yiziago walked up to Lin Kong, held the latter's hands, and looked into Lin Kong's eyes gently. "Akong, come back safely. I'll wait for you at home." "Yes." Lin Kong nodded heavily, with determination in his eyes. Without saying anything more, Lin Kong and Lin Kingfing started the motorcycle and headed towards the county town along the cement road. However, when they turned the corner, Lin Kong couldn't help but look back and took a deep look at Lin Das-han and Yiziago, who were still watching him leave at the door. No matter what method, I must save my mother and Ziago's parents." Boom! Lin Kong couldn't help but twist the throttle, and the speed of the motorcycle soared, and a cloud of dust suddenly rose on the cement road. On his shoulder, the Tyrannosaurus Rex roared excitedly because of the increase in speed. However, the Triceratops tied to the back seat cried in fear because of the whistling wind in his ears. Lin Kingfing, who was on another motorcycle, had mixed feelings. He was not sure whether he should help Lin Kong deal with the president with all his strength. The president was really an unfathomable person, but if he ran away, how could he get the spiritual energy beat back? In short, under the warm sunshine in the morning, 2 people, 2 dragons, all with different thoughts, were speeding on the road. About 20 minutes later, there were only about 30 kilometers left to the county town. "There is a group of zombies ahead. Too many, we can't rush through." The 2 stopped the motorcycle, and Lin Kong looked at the group of swaying figures in the middle of the road with a worried look on his face. A rough count showed that there were probably hundreds of them. If they forced their way through, they would definitely be surrounded. Moreover, both sides of this road were rice fields filled with water, and they couldn't go around them. "Is there no other way to go?" Lin Kingfing asked. If they walked on their feet, they could easily go around, but they needed a motorcycle to travel. "No, if you want to go to the county town, you have to go through here." Lin Kong looked at the group of zombies, trying to find the mutant zombies among them. Ordinary zombies are just a piece of leeks for Tyrannosaurus Rex. It is easy to harvest them, but if they are attacked by mutant zombies, it is still dangerous. After all, Tyrannosaurus Rex does not have the ability to be immune to corpse poison. "It seems that we have no choice but to kill them all." Lin Kingfing flapped his wings twice, blowing up a large cloud of dust on the ground. After last night's recovery, his wings were able to be used normally. Okay then, you rush in front, and I and Pit Dragon will be responsible for finishing off the enemies. If you find a mutant zombie, don't attack rashly, we will go together to be safer. With the strength of the two of them, Lin Kong estimated that it would not take much time to deal with this group of zombies, so he quickly formulated a simple tactic. Ahem, I don't have any spiritual energy. Oh. Here, Lin Kong took out a spiritual energy bead and threw it to Lin Kingfeng. Lin Kingfeng was a level 2 new human, and he had condensed 2 spiritual energy beads in total. Lin Kong also gave him one to use for skills. He left one as a means of threatening Lin Kingfeng. Let's get started. Lin Kingfeng put the spiritual energy bead back into his danshan, waved his wings, and rushed towards the zombies in front. As soon as he rushed forward, he found the special zombie and immediately reminded Lin Kong, there is a mutant zombie. Hearing the mutant zombie, Lin Kong immediately asked nervously, where is it? Next to the white van. Lin Kingfeng flew in the air and looked at the mutant zombie carefully. Then, he said softly, because this mutant zombie turned out to be an old acquaintance of his. Chapter 52 Giant Hand Zombie. Here we go. It's him, Huang Yun's husband. Lin Kingfeng recognized the identity of this mutant zombie in his previous life. Huang Yun was Lin Kingfeng's secret crush, but later, Lin Kingfeng found out that she had a husband. Before the end of the world, Lin Kingfeng was a repairman, and Huang Yun's husband was the chairman of a large company. The identities of the two were completely different. But now, I'll go kill that mutant zombie first. Lin Kingfeng couldn't wait to kill Huang Yun's husband, not caring about Lin Kong's tactics just now, because he felt that with his own strength, he didn't need to join forces with Lin Kong to deal with a mere zombie. No, wait for me to attack together. Lin Kong was cautious by nature. When he met an enemy, he always thought about attacking together. Moreover, he hoped to find out the ability of the zombie before taking action, and then attack it in a targeted manner. Don't worry, there's only one. Lin Kingfeng shook his wings and shot towards Huang Yun's husband like a meteor. Lin Kong knew that he couldn't persuade him anymore, so he could only order the Tyrannosaurus Rex to follow closely to prevent any accidents. He began to analyze the type of zombie. According to the information provided by the experts on the radio, zombies can be roughly divided into 3 types: speed type, power type, control type. Speed type zombies are those that run fast and move nimbly, such as the jumping zombie that Lin Kong had killed earlier. Power type zombies are those that are strong and move clumsily. For example, the giant hand zombies have hands that become very large and heavy, so they walk very slowly. Control type zombies are the most terrifying of the 3 types of zombies. Every appearance of one means the death of a large number of survivors. The things they control are neither objects nor elements such as storms and rainstorms, but beasts, corpses, and humans. That is, the tamed corpse that can control wild beasts, the huge corpse that can control the corpse group, and the most terrifying, the 3-eyed corpse that can control humans. However, for each type of zombie, experts have developed several special methods to deal with it. Therefore, when you are out and about and encounter a mutant zombie, the first step is not to panic. Figure out the type of zombie, and then calmly think about how to deal with it, which can greatly increase your chances of survival. Oh no, this is a giant hand zombie. Lin Kong discovered that the hands of this mutant zombie were emitting a violent white light. Based on this feature, it is easy to infer the mutant type of zombie. Lin Kingfeng's white cloud wings is an ability that is good at speed, and its defense is not very strong. If he rushes over rashly now, once he is hit, the consequences will be disastrous. Damn dragon, use the forbidden fire eye. Lin Kong quickly ordered the Tyrannosaurus Rex to aim at the 2 arms of the giant hand zombie so that he could use flames to stop its movements. Swish! 2 flames shot out. However, the distance was more than 20 meters, and only 1 flame hit the target. The arm that did not hit can continue to release skills. The arm, which was originally only the size of a normal person, suddenly increased by more than 10 times under the urging of the zombie's spiritual energy, and instantly turned into a super big stone pillar. This pillar-like giant hand swung towards Lin Kong. Lin Kong's wings spread out to a full 4 meters. Moreover, Lin Kong was not prepared. He only knew that it was a mutant zombie, but he didn't expect it to be a giant-handed zombie. Therefore, facing this giant hand, Lin Kong's wings would definitely be hit. "Oh no, I said we should go together, but you insisted on rushing alone." Lin Kong was helpless when he saw this scene. At this critical moment, even if the Tyrannosaurus Rex fired a few more forbidden fire eyes, it would be too late. Unexpectedly, Lin Kong curled his lips and habitually and calmly uttered 3 words, very naive, "Swish." In the second before being hit, Lin Kong neither accelerated nor slowed down. He just quickly folded his wings, just like when he hid his wings in his clothes and disguised himself as a fat man. Bang! The wings disappeared, and the giant hand zombie's fist hit nothing and fell to the ground, cracking the solid asphalt road. He raised his hand, and saw a deep fist pit on the road. The giant hand zombie wanted to hit it again, but, die. The original text is on Liu number 9/. After Lin Kong dodged the first attack, he immediately spread his wings again, rushed to the giant hand zombie's head, raised his leg and kicked it. The giant hand zombie's head, under Lin Kong's powerful kick, suddenly banged and shattered like tofu. The head exploded, and the giant hand zombie naturally fell to the ground. However, its giant hand did not return to its original state. Ding! In addition, a white spirit core was kicked out and fell on the road. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was quick-eyed and quick-footed, and soon picked up the spirit core from the zombie group. It wanted to swallow it directly, but Lin Kong stopped it. "You will mutate if you eat it, do you understand? If you dare to eat the spirit core secretly, I will kill you." Seeing the Tyrannosaurus Rex looking at the spirit core pitifully, Lin Kong squatted down and gave the Tyrannosaurus Rex a good warning. Hey! A zombie died, but more zombies surrounded him. Lin Kong didn't have time to blame Lin Kong for his recklessness. He kicked the Tyrannosaurus Rex on the butt and ordered, "You pitting dragon, go cut leeks for me." The Tyrannosaurus Rex rushed out like a gust of wind without saying a word. As a first-level evolved beast, it was as easy to deal with these ordinary zombies as drinking water and eating. Crack, crack, crack. Its head was too small, so it could only bite the cervical vertebrae of the zombies. Every time its teeth bit, a zombie fell down. Lin Kong was more efficient. He spread his wings from a distance, accelerated and charged, and flew through the zombie group. His pair of hard wings, like a huge machete, beheaded dozens of zombies gathered together in an instant. Gulililu, various heads rolled all over the ground like footballs. Soon, all the 100 ordinary zombies died. On the whole road, heads with different expressions, large and small broken limbs, and black and smelly blood were mixed together. The whole scene looked as horrible as a Shura field. However, Lin Kong had seen this kind of scene before, so he didn't react much. It was just that a gust of autumn wind blew, and the strong stench made his abdomen churn and want to vomit. "Leave quickly, it's disgusting to death." Lin Kong frowned and resisted the urge to vomit. He wanted to reprimand Lin Kong for his reckless behavior just now, but he forgot about it because of the stench. There were too many corpses, so Lin Kong could only push the motorcycle forward. When he got to the middle, suddenly, he felt a slight movement of the dinosaur egg behind him. Chapter 53 Cheetan is hungry. This time, Lin Kong not only brought a Triceratops and a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but also packed 2 dinosaur eggs that were about to be born in his school bag. One more dinosaur means more strength, which will also provide great help to the rescue operation. Is it about to be born? It can't be so soon. In order to prevent the dinosaur eggs from exploding in the school bag, Lin Kong could only open the school bag to see what was going on. There were 2 basketball-sized dinosaur egg fossils in the school bag. One was white, similar to most other dinosaur egg fossils. The other one was a bit strange. It was also grayish-white, but there were 7 small black dots on its surface. Just now, it was this 7 black eggs that moved. Lin Kong could only reach out his hand to feel it carefully, and then muttered to himself, "No. This egg has already produced life fluctuations, but it is far from reaching the standard of being born. How could it suddenly move? Forget it. No matter what, as long as it doesn't explode, it's fine." Swish! Lin Kong zipped up and prepared to move on. As a result, Lin Kong clearly felt that the 7 black eggs moved slightly. There were zombie heads everywhere around him, and he was almost fainted by the stench around him, so he said impatiently, "What the hell is going on? Why are you always moving around? What do you want to do, you bastard?" Lin Kong ignored the egg. He just pushed the cart and quickly walked through this Shura field. However, the movement of the 7 black eggs in the school bag became louder and louder. There was no way. He could only take the egg out to see whether it wanted to explode or be beaten. "You turtle egg, are you having a brain attack?" Lin Kong cursed angrily. The dinosaur in the egg had not been born yet, and Lin Kong couldn't beat it even if he wanted to. Helplessly, he had to calm down. While touching the 7 black eggs, he tried to communicate with the dinosaur in the fossil egg and tried to calm its emotions. Lin Kong, who was standing aside, saw this scene, and his eyes were full of envy and jealousy. At first he thought that there were delicious foods in Lin Kong's backpack, but it turned out to be 2 more dinosaur eggs. In this case, wouldn't this kid have 4 dinosaurs? Lin Kong couldn't help but feel that Lin Kong's future was bright. With so many dinosaurs, after raising them all, Lin Kong would definitely be able to walk sideways in the apocalypse in the future. At the same time, he felt a little regretful. Alas, you were originally a dragon trainer with unlimited growth potential, but you had to go to the laboratory to save your mother. Lin Kong believed that Lin Kong was almost certain to die in this rescue operation. Therefore, his eyes focused on Lin Kong's pocket, where there was still a remaining spiritual bead. "As long as I get the bead back, I will fly to the sky and get away, and not mess around with this brainless kid." Hungry Tilda. After feeling it for a while, the 7 black eggs finally sent a message to Lin Kong. Moreover, unlike the Triceratops and Tyrannosaurus rex, the message sent by the 7 black eggs actually carried a deep and cold breath. After receiving this hungry message, Lin Kong couldn't help but hug his arms tightly, his body shivering, as if he was standing naked in the snow. Goosebumps appeared on his arms due to the cold. But now, there was clearly warm sunlight shining on him. After 3 or 4 seconds, the extremely cold feeling gradually faded from his body. What kind of dinosaur is this? Lin Kong couldn't help but feel curious about the dinosaurs bred in the 7 black eggs, and at the same time, he had an ominous premonition in his heart. He retracted his hand, stopped communicating with it, and put it back in his backpack. "Lin Kong, let's ride the motorcycle. It's too smelly here. I can't stand it." Lin Kong got on the motorcycle, stepped on the accelerator, and sped away with Lin Kong. But they didn't ride far. Hungry Tilda. As if it was a voice from the abyss, the message from the 7 black eggs carried an extremely cold air and rushed straight into Lin Kong's mind. Cack, clack. Lin Kong's teeth were chattering with the cold. Hungry middle dot middle dot middle dot middle dot middle dot 7 black eggs sent another message. The direction did not change, but the distance became 5 points. It seems that Lin Kong's guess was correct. "Hey, your instructions are quite advanced." Lin Kong continued to walk south. "Hey, Lin Kong, what are you doing? Are you still going?" Lin Kong drove far away, looked back, and found that Lin Kong was gone. He could only turn around and continue to look for Lin Kong, but he saw Lin Kong talking to an egg non-stop. People who don't know would think that Lin Kong is mentally ill. Although Lin Kong knew that there were dinosaurs in the fossil eggs, looking at Lin Kong's weird look, Lin Kong still doubted whether this guy had a problem with his brain. "Wait for me here for a while," Lin Kong said without looking back. As he walked, he came to the Shura field where there were a pile of zombie corpses just now. Hungry middle dot. The direction pointed directly to the center of the Shura field, and the food was just a point away. Lin Kong's scalp tingled. "Can we bear it for now and go somewhere else to eat later?" Hungry Tilda. The original text is available at 6:9. Cheatin was not happy, and there were 3 tildes after the word hungry. 1 tilde was cold enough, and 3 tildes made Lin Kong shiver all over again. Okay, I'll go." Lin Kong was afraid that Cheatin would be so hungry that he would give him more than 10 or 20 tildes at once, and he would be frozen into an ice stick. In order to prevent the terrible tragedy of son killing father, Lin Kong could only cover his mouth and nose with clothes, endure the stench, and walk towards the center of Xura field. After walking for a while, Hungry middle dot. Seeing that the direction of the arrow in the message had changed, Lin Kong understood it instantly, so he quickly stepped back a few steps. The big stone in his heart finally fell to the ground. Damn it, he finally found the food for this little ancestor, but what exactly does it want to eat? Besides, it hasn't come out of the fossil egg yet, so what part should it use to eat? Many questions filled Lin Kong's mind. This is where the giant hand zombie died. Lin Kong looked at the huge hand like a stone pillar next to his feet, and he understood the location. Hungry Kyodan meant that the food was right in front of him. Lin Kong looked down and found that he was standing in the fragments of the giant hand zombie's head. Lin Kong even saw an eyeball of the zombie. He was about to kick the disgusting eyeball away, but, according to Kyodan's instructions, it wanted to eat this eyeball. What? You actually have this kind of habit? Eating eyeballs is too disgusting. Lin Kong frowned. He really wanted to throw this weird Kyodan away directly, but he still had to rely on the dinosaur inside to strengthen his strength. So, Lin Kong could only meet Kyodan's request. He squatted down and slowly moved the Kyodan in his hand closer to the eyeball. However, Lin Kong misunderstood the 7 black eggs. It was not the kind of perverted dinosaur that liked to eat eyeballs. When the distance between the fossil egg and the eyeball was 10 centimeters, something strange happened. The 7 black spots on the 7 black eggs suddenly gathered together and spun rapidly. At the same time, a black airflow that appeared out of thin air formed on the surface of the eggshell. This black airflow was like a miniature tornado. It did not blow outward, but sucked in. Damn, so this is how you eat. Lin Kong looked at the scene and felt quite magical. He could not help but be full of curiosity about the type of dinosaur inside. What kind of dinosaur would perform such a tornado method? Lin Kong focused his eyes on the tornado mouth to see the whole process of the 7 black eggs eating. I saw that the black air tornado was aimed straight at the round eyeball. However, the eyeball did not move. What was sucked was a small object floating above the eyeball. Lin Kong stretched his neck and took a closer look. He finally found the real target of the 7 black eggs. It turned out to be a drop of black mist. Under the suction of the miniature tornado, the mist slowly flew towards the 7 black eggs. Pop! A slight sound rang out. After the mist touched the eggshell, it turned into a round black dot like a drop of ink absorbed by a sponge, attached to the surface of the eggshell of the 7 black eggs. The mist turned into a black dot, and the miniature tornado gradually dissipated in the air. Then nothing happened. A breeze blew by, blowing the strong smell of feces into Lin Kong's nose. After Lin Kong was stunned for a long time, he finally reacted, and his face looked a little disappointed. Just gone? Why is there no change? He waited for a while, but the 7 black eggs still did not show any abnormality. The only change was 1, 2, 3. Lin Kong counted and found that there were 8 small black dots on the eggshell. Now, it has successfully changed from 7 black eggs to 8 black eggs. Chapter 54. 3 Jumping zombies are coming. Well, it doesn't matter if there are no earth-shattering changes. Then, are you full? Lin Kong stood up and asked Chidan. Chidan still didn't respond. If you don't talk, you must be full. Lin Kong stood up and said easily. Finally, he could leave this ghost place. Although Lin Kong had many doubts in his heart, he still ran away quickly. When he ran to a place without the smell, Lin Kong began to breathe in the fresh air in big gulps. Are you done? Lin Kong pulled the grass from the ground and held it in his mouth, waiting boredly. Okay, let's go. Lin Kong put Chidan back into his backpack, got on the motorcycle and continued on his way. This time, it didn't make any strange movements, nor did it make any cold sounds. Although Chidan no longer bothered him, Lin Kong started thinking while riding the motorcycle. What exactly is that drop of green bean-sized, black mist-like liquid? Where did it come from? Suddenly, Lin Kong thought of the eyeball and had a bold guess. Could it be that the giant hand zombie exploded? After all, the location of the drop of mist liquid was exactly where its head exploded. Think about it in reverse. If the mist liquid does not belong to the giant hand zombie, who does it belong to? There is nothing special there, and there are no mutant beasts or the like. Therefore, it can only belong to the giant hand zombie. As long as I kill another mutant zombie, I will understand. Lin Kong decided to verify his guess when he met a zombie on the road again, because he had a strange premonition in his heart. He vaguely felt that as long as the black spots on the surface of the 7 black eggs were filled with 10, something magical would happen. Now, the 7 black eggs already have 8 black spots. There are only 2 left from 10. After the 2 rode for more than 20 minutes, there are only about 10 kilometers left to the county town. The target is close at hand. Even if the motorcycle is broken, it doesn't matter. Lin Kong couldn't help but think like this, and the result. Attention! There are 3 jumping zombies ahead. Lin Kong turned back to warn and stopped the motorcycle. The threat of 3 mutant zombies is greater than that of 300 ordinary zombies. Lin Kong also braked suddenly and stopped on the side of the road with a serious face. In addition, he put down the Triceratops tied to the back seat in case of emergency. These 3 jumping zombies, based on the height of their jumps, are all level 2. Although Lin Kong's previous battle was quite reckless, facing 3 zombies of the same level as himself. Even if Lin Kong didn't say it, he didn't dare to be arrogant anymore. However, with Lin Kong as his huge Liang, he didn't have to worry too much about losing the battle. So, he stood there to see if Lin Kong had any tactics to easily win. As for Lin Kong's strength, a level 1 Tyrannosaurus Rex has 18 strands of spiritual energy. A level 1 Triceratops has 19 strands of spiritual energy. The current situation is 3 versus 3, although he really wanted to verify the guess about the black mist. However, Lin Kong still made a very decisive decision. Lin Kong, you fly in the sky, attract their attention, and cover my escape. What? Escape? Lin Kong suspected that he had heard it wrong, and couldn't help but turn around and ask, this guy actually chose to escape? In the past, when Lin Kong only had 1 dinosaur, he could defeat Lin Kong. Now that Lin Kong has 2 dinosaurs, he has become cowardly. This is difficult for Lin Kong to understand. I'm here to save people, not to fight monsters. There is no time to dawdle. If you want to defeat these 3 zombies, you can do it. However, Lin Kong just wants to rescue his mother and Yixiago's parents as soon as possible. Nothing else matters. And there is no need to fight. Damn. Okay, Lin Kong didn't dare to fight 3 people alone, so he decided to listen to Lin Kong's orders. But he felt quite aggrieved in his heart. He could obviously beat them, but he didn't. I really don't know what this guy is thinking. Read the original text in Liu number 9/. There are only 10 kilometers left, so I don't need the motorcycle. Lin Kong tied a large bag of bacon that Yixiago had steamed, several bottles of water, and a 9-ring broadsword to the Triceratops. He was equipped with a backpack containing dinosaur eggs, 2 machetes on his waist, and a kitchen knife at home. The noise of the motorcycle was too loud, and it would easily attract the attention of the mutant zombies, so it was better not to have it. Damn, these 2 eggs are so heavy. Seeing that Lin Kong had already led the stupid jumping zombies away, Lin Kong continued to run forward with the 2 fossil eggs on his back. But he was exhausted after running for a while. 2 dinosaur egg fossils as big as footballs must weigh at least 50 to 60 kilograms. Carrying them on his back was not something that Lin Kong's small body could bear. At first, he was running, but as he ran, he turned into walking. As he walked, he turned into moving. Bang! Lin Kong could only put the backpack on the Triceratops in the end. From a distance, the Triceratops looked like it was carrying a small mountain. However, Triceratops was honest and calm, and did not feel resentful because of the weight on his body. He just walked silently. Lin Kong flew down from midair. Seeing that Lin Kong looked extremely tired, he said sarcastically, it would have been great if we had killed those 3 jumping zombies just now. Now, we can still ride motorcycles. However, he changed his mind and found something wrong. Wait, I have led the zombies away. You should still be able to ride a motorcycle. Lin Kong took a sip of water, moistened his throat and explained, these 3 jumping zombies may have been attracted by the sound of the motorcycle. Moreover, the population density of the county town is large, and there must be many zombies on the road. If you walk on foot, you can take a shortcut, which may be faster than a motorcycle. Besides, we are about to reach the county town. There must be a lot of abandoned vehicles at the exit. It is estimated that even a motorcycle will find it difficult to ride through. Lin Kong listened and thought it made a lot of sense. He couldn't help but praise, "Well, you still think comprehensively," because he was also a person who came out of the gathering place. There were indeed many zombies on the main road. At the beginning, when he and Jinbang and the other two came out together, they also chose to take a remote path to try to avoid these zombies. In order to save time, the two people and the two dragons trotted on the road. While running, Lin Kong asked Lin Kong about the spiritual energy bead. "By the way, how did you condense that spiritual energy bead?" After all, if the Triceratops learned how to condense the spiritual energy bead, it could use Lin Kong as a filter to let Lin Kong eat spiritual cores without limit, so that it could evolve and become stronger quickly. Lin Kong was stunned for a moment. He didn't expect Lin Kong to ask this question, because Lin Kong is a pure person. He can't evolve or practice. Could it be that he wants his dinosaur to practice? However, it is already extremely difficult for new humans to practice. It is simply impossible to let dinosaurs practice. Lin Kong thought for a moment and replied, "The bead was condensed for me by the team leader after he brought me into the laboratory. It is said that the drug was developed by the president and only members of the meteorite team are qualified to use it. Therefore, the members of the meteorite team are very loyal to the president. Therefore, in summary, I don't know how to condense it. However, some experts in the gathering place will definitely know how to condense it. You can ask them when the time comes." If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 55 Bigfoot Zombie Appearance. But, I advise you not to think about it, because the price is too expensive. Lin Kong shook his head. How expensive? Lin Kong thought, even if it is expensive, he must get this method. Once he knows the method of condensing the spiritual energy beads, the strength of the Triceratops will be greatly improved. It will also provide great help for this rescue operation. Do you know how many items are needed to kill an ordinary person in the black market of the gathering place? Lin Kong stretched out a finger and asked himself. It takes a bag of rice. And the price of the method of condensing the beads is. At this point, Lin Kong paused, and finally stretched out a finger and said heavily, "A truck. You need to pay a truck of rice." "A truck? Truck? Well, that's really expensive. I can't afford it." A truck of rice in the end times is at least equivalent to tens of millions in peacetime. Lin Kong really didn't expect that such a method would be so outrageously expensive. In fact, the expensiveness of the method is also reasonable. After all, those who master this method are equivalent to monopolizing the promotion path from level 1 new humans to level 2. It is equivalent to mastering the future of new humans in disguise. How much is a person's future worth? Of course, it is a sky-high price. Moreover, Lin Kong did not say one thing, that is, even if you exchange rice for the method of condensing beads, you cannot tell others. And you have to be a younger brother to the person who sold you the method. It's like the president gave Lin Kong the ability of a new human, and Lin Kong has to do things for the president. The two fell into silence for a while, continue running for a while. There are many zombies on the road ahead, swinging between abandoned vehicles. Lin Kong can even see mutant zombies with glowing arms from a distance. It's a giant hand zombie. There are about 4 or 5. After arriving near the county town, the farmland on the roadside has decreased a lot, and most of them have become buildings. Lin Kong chose to dodge again, whispering to Lin Kong, let's go around that block of houses." Fortunately we didn't ride a motorcycle. Lin Kong couldn't help but sigh in his heart again for Lin Kong's foresight. If he had ridden a motorcycle, he would have been targeted by the mutant zombies a long time ago, and then another fierce battle would have been inevitable. Alas, there are more and more mutant zombies. Humans should be more united. It would be great if we could share the methods of improving strength for free. Lin Kong quietly left, sighing in a low voice. Once, when Lin Kong first went to the county town, he only encountered one jumping zombie. But now, The road is full of mutant zombies. There must be at least one mutant zombie in almost every pile of zombies. Zombies are getting stronger rapidly, but humans are still scheming against each other because of their own interests. Just a method of condensing beads is sold at a sky-high price of a truckload of rice. Don't worry, we will definitely unite. As long as most people die and everyone feels extremely desperate, humans will quickly unite. Lin Kong's words, on the surface, are full of optimism about human nature, but what they actually mean is, people will never unite until they are desperate. Wait, there seems to be a mutant zombie in front. The two walked a few steps and saw a female zombie with a faint white glow on its soles next to a building. This is a power type Bigfoot zombie. Its ability is similar to that of the giant hand zombie. The feet of the Bigfoot zombie will become very huge, thus bursting out terrible power. However, it has not yet enlarged its feet. Therefore, Lin Kong is not sure about the level and specific strength of this Bigfoot zombie. Kill her. There is no other place to go around. Lin Kong was eager to try, and he could finally fight the zombies. Okay, I'll have the Tyrannosaurus Rex pin its cervical spine, and then you kill it in 1 second. Make sure you fight quickly and defeat the enemy with one blow. Lin Kong observed for a while and found that he could no longer hide because there were traces of mutant zombies everywhere. He had to kill this Bigfoot zombie. Being cautious by nature, he immediately worked out a simple tactic even when facing only one zombie. No problem, I'll cut her with one wing, Lin Kong said confidently. With Lin Kong commanding behind him, he felt particularly at ease. Read the original text at LU number 9/. When fighting zombies with other people before, everyone always discussed who would go first and who would go later, and there was no specific tactical arrangement at all. If it was a situation where many people were fighting one, there would be no rules at all, and everyone would always rush forward. Fight. The two people and two dragons had quietly sneaked to the vicinity of the Bigfoot zombie. Lin Kong held a kitchen knife in his hand and gave the order decisively. Swish. Two balls of fire with a confinement effect shot out from the eyes of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Both balls of fire hit the neck of the Bigfoot zombie at the same time. It wanted to turn its head, but found that it had lost control of its body. Whoosh. Lin Kong spread his wings and flew out. Swish. Originally, the wings were going to chop the zombie's head, but halfway through, Lin Kong suddenly pulled his body away like a mouse seeing a cat and flew into the sky. What's going on? Is this zombie a level 3 monster? Lin Kong not only thought so, but even called the Triceratops to the side, ready to activate the dinosaur possession skill at any time. But I saw that the female zombie's feet were rapidly growing, about 10 times faster, and then stopped in an instant. Looking at the strong legs that were as thick as a basin, Lin Kong knew the level of the female zombie, so he wondered, this is only about level 1 strength. Lin Kong is a level 2 master, why are you so scared? Just when Lin Kong wanted to order the Tyrannosaurus Rex to bite the female zombie to death, Lin Kong shouted from a distance, Lin Kong, don't kill her, I'll lead her away, you hurry up, huh? Okay. Lin Kong was stunned for a moment. Doesn't Lin Kong like to kill zombies? Why did he suddenly change his gender now? However, he didn't hesitate much and immediately agreed. If you have any questions, you can ask them when it's safe. Lin Kong left quickly with the two dinosaurs. Originally, he wanted to kill this zombie to see if it would burst out the black mist liquid. Now it seems that he can only wait a little longer. Not long after Lin Kong walked, when he came to a clear river, he heard a strong wind behind him. It was Lin Kong who caught up. Without waiting for Lin Kong to speak, Lin Kong explained after landing, do you still remember the giant hand zombie from before? I said that zombie was Huang Yun's husband, and the big-footed female zombie just now is. Could it be Huang Yun? Lin Kong guessed. Lin Kong nodded and replied, it's her. Chapter 56 A difficult decision. This is too much of a coincidence. Lin Kong couldn't help but widen his eyes. There are such coincidences in the world. Lin Kong first killed the husband of a goddess he secretly loved, and then met the goddess he secretly loved. That's why I couldn't do it, Lin Kong said sadly. He used to work in a car repair shop. The manager was Huang Yun, who was also Lin Kong's secret crush. Finally, one day, Lin Kong decided to confess his love to Huang Yun. He bought a bouquet of roses and stopped Huang Yun, just when he was hesitant and didn't know how to start. A black business car stopped beside, and a handsome man came down and called Huang Yun dear wife affectionately. She actually has a husband. Lin Kong never expected it. Lin Kong was very embarrassed at the time, and he wanted to find a crack in the ground to crawl into. Huang Yun smiled at him and got into the business car. Mommy, mommy. Hearing this childish voice, Lin Kong couldn't help but look inside. There were two cute and well-behaved girls of 7 or 8 years old sitting in the back seat of the car. It turned out that Huang Yun not only had a husband, but also gave birth to a pair of twin daughters. The goddess had a happy and harmonious family. Lin Kong probably couldn't be the neighbor Wang. Lin Kong's heart was broken. Then, the end of the world came. Lin Kong once again met the goddess Huang Yun, whom he had a crush on, but she turned into a zombie. When scientists make an antidote in the future, maybe your goddess will turn back. Lin Kong comforted. Such a big disaster happened in the world. Lin Kong felt that the country would not give up easily. It must be summoning scientists to urgently study the antidote. When the antidote comes out, maybe all the zombies can turn back to their original state. Let's go. Let's go to the gathering place quickly. There was no time to waste. Lin Kong couldn't delay too long for Huang Yun's matter. He still had 3 people to save and a lot of things to do. Well, but where do we go? Do we swim across the river? Lin Kong asked doubtfully. In front of the two of them was a wide river. Looking around, there was no bridge. Of course you will take us across. Lin Kong pointed at Lin Kong's wings. Okay. Lin Kong couldn't help but slap his forehead. He even forgot that he could fly. The Triceratops was the heaviest, and there were a lot of debris on its back. So Lin Kong took the Triceratops first. Although he was a level 2 new human, he was also exhausted. Then, it was Lin Kong and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Take off. Lin Kong held Lin Kong's legs with both hands, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex stood firmly on Lin Kong's shoulders. Lin Kong was much lighter than the Triceratops. Lin Kong casually spread his wings and took the man and the dragon off the ground. Flying above the middle of the river, Lin Kong looked down. Due to the outbreak of the zombie crisis, this originally turbid river unexpectedly became crystal clear in just over a month. Even green water plants can be seen floating briskly at the bottom of the river. The environment of the Earth is rapidly improving. So, for the Earth, perhaps humans are harmful termites, and zombies may be tools sent by the Earth to clean up humans. Suddenly, a strong wind blew. Lin Kong was shaken violently. Lin Kong, who was lost in thought, didn't pay attention for a moment, and his right arm accidentally loosened. Only one left hand was left holding Lin Kong's leg, and he almost fell down. Snap! Fortunately, Lin Kong clamped Lin Kong with his legs in time. Are you okay? No. Lin Kong, who was safe, breathed a sigh of relief. In fact, it didn't matter if he fell down, as he was no more than 2 or 3 meters away from the water surface. Lin Kong could swim, so he couldn't drown at all. Ding dong. He was fine, but the spiritual energy bead in Lin Kong's arms accidentally fell into the river. Read the original text at LU number 9/. Oh no, your bead has fallen down. Lin Kong shouted to remind him. It's okay, it won't be lost, I can sense it. Lin Kong lowered his head and took a casual look, and then he found the spiritual bead that fell into the river. That was his bead, and there was naturally a strong attraction between the two, so there was no need to worry about not being able to find it after losing it. Hurry up and get it back. Don't let the bead be swallowed by the fish, Lin Kong reminded him as soon as he landed. Okay. Lin Kong took off calmly and headed for the center of the river. The spiritual bead flashing white light was particularly conspicuous in the river, and Lin Kong could easily get it back even without sensing it. But he didn't speed up to fly over. After beating the giant hand zombie, I didn't give the first bead to Lin Kong. If I pick up this bead, then Lin Kong will have no means to threaten me. Does this mean that I can get away with it? Lin Kong was thinking about it in his heart. This is really a godsend opportunity! Plop! Lin Kong's body fell into the river, and he picked up the spiritual energy bead. The cold river water flowed slowly between his legs. Lin Kong did not fly up immediately. Nor did he immediately retract the spiritual energy bead into his danshin. He stood there, feeling very conflicted. If I just slip away, will Lin Kong come to hunt me down? According to his character, he will definitely worry that I will go back to Juzi village to harm his sister, so he will definitely do it. So, can I escape? Now, he is about 50 meters away from me. Even if he is fast, he can't catch up with me in an instant. As long as I fly up, he will never catch up with me again. Hey, why are you standing there? Come back! Lin Kong shouted at Lin Kong from a distance. In fact, he was testing. How could such an important thing as the spiritual energy bead be placed randomly? It is even more impossible to drop the bead because of a small shake. It was Lin Kong who deliberately took it out and threw it into the river. On the surface, he pretended to know nothing, but in fact, he was closely watching Lin Kong's every move. The county town was about to arrive, and Lin Kong had to find out what Lin Kong was thinking. Only by figuring out Lin Kong's thoughts could he formulate a correct rescue plan. Oh, okay. Although Lin Kong agreed, his feet did not move at all. In his heart, he just thought that Lin Kong could not catch up with me. But, when he saw the Tyrannosaurus Rex on Lin Kong's shoulder, he remembered the trick. Dinosaur throw. Again. Yes, Lin Kong couldn't catch up with me, but he could throw the dinosaur out and let the dinosaur shoot out the imprisoned flame. Once I didn't pay attention and was shot in the neck, I would definitely crash. At that time, I would be finished. Lin Kong is such a cautious person, he will never give me a second chance. If I run away and get caught, I will definitely die. But if I don't run away, I am unwilling to become his little brother. After all, he is just a dinosaur breeder, and he is far inferior to the mysterious and invincible president. What to do? Should I escape or not? Chapter 57, Saliva Sound Gurgle. Hey, Lin Kong, I'm in a hurry. Lin Kong shouted again from a distance, urging Lin Kong to make a choice quickly. The Triceratops has come to his side and can activate dinosaur possession at any time. The Tyrannosaurus Rex is also ready and can be thrown out at any time. He is waiting for Lin Kong to make his choice. Life, or death? It all depends on Lin Kong's thoughts. Gurgle. Lin Kong swallowed hard. The river water in autumn is obviously very cold, but Lin Kong's forehead can't stop sweating. The palm holding the spiritual energy bead is trembling slightly. Escape, or not escape? Lin Kong, a level 2 new human. However, when he faced Lin Kong, an ordinary person standing 50 meters away, he was struggling with the question of whether to escape. At this moment, he felt that he was standing in front of a huge crossroads. He was confused and helpless. He was so nervous that he was about to suffocate. He didn't know which choice to make. Wait, what am I afraid of? I have already anticipated that Lin Kong wants to throw the dinosaur at me, so I just need to defend against his dinosaur with all my strength. As long as I use feathers to block the forbidden fire eye of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, then I can't crash. As long as I try to fly higher, according to Lin Kong's ordinary spiritual energy, he has no way to throw the dinosaur at me. That's right, as long as I fly up, as long as I block the skills of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, I can't successfully escape. Yes, as long as I try to fly up. It's very simple, just fly up bravely. Fly. As long as I escape, I can regain my freedom. Although Lin Kong thought of a way to escape, he repeated it over and over in his heart and still didn't dare to take action. Why do I have a strong sense of uneasiness? This uneasiness that emerged from the depths of his heart firmly grasped Lin Kong's feet, making him dare not move. By the way, he also has a Triceratops. I don't know the ability of this Triceratops yet. No wonder I have a premonition of uneasiness. It is this Triceratops that brings me. I can't run away yet. This Lin Kong is full of tricks. He will definitely use some strange moves to catch up with me and kill me. If you want to escape, just run away. Lin Kong, who was on the river bank, was getting impatient, so he didn't bother to cover up anything and just said it. Lin Kong was stunned when he heard this. What does Lin Kong mean? He told me to run away? How could he know what I meant? Could it be that he deliberately dropped the spiritual energy bead? Yes, he is so cautious. How could he accidentally drop the bead? So, he was testing me. Lin Kong understood. If he was testing me, then he would definitely have a way to subdue me. This person is really very cunning. I almost fell into his trap. Forget it. I can't beat this old cunning guy. My life is more important. I'd better give him the bead. Damn it. He thought it was a God-sent opportunity and was happy for nothing. But, I'm so unwilling. Lin Kong flew up, holding the aura bead tightly, whispering. As a new human of level 2, his precious life is controlled by an ordinary person. No matter who it is, it will be very uncomfortable. Tick-tock. Lin Kong fell in front of Lin Kong. His pants soaked by the river water were dripping continuously, but he didn't care about the wet pants at all. He stretched out his hand, and the aura bead was held in his fist. Open it, Lin Kong said lightly. He would not force Lin Kong. As long as Lin Kong didn't hand over the aura bead, Lin Kong would immediately swing the kitchen knife to chop him. Of course, Lin Kong could choose to resist, but Lin Kong was not afraid at all, because Lin Kong had thought of many tricks for the use of Triceratops. Suppose I follow you in the future. If the president sends someone to hunt me down, will you protect me? This rescue operation will definitely offend the president. The president's power spreads across several gathering places, and his new human subordinates are numerous. Lin Kong is very afraid of the president's pursuit. Therefore, Lin Kong wants to get a promise from Lin Kong. If you follow me wholeheartedly, I will definitely protect you. But, you are not loyal enough, right? Lin Kong did not say nice words to deceive Lin Kong. Lin Kong was confused. He felt like a blade of grass, and he didn't know which side he should lean towards. If he leans towards the president, he will be killed by Lin Kong sooner or later. If he leans towards Lin Kong, the president will sooner or later discover my betrayal and get rid of me. He still held the spiritual energy bead tightly, reluctant to hand it over, with hesitation on his face. Bang! Huilala! Suddenly, a heavy object flew into the river, splashing a large area of water. Lin Kong and Lin Kong turned their heads at the same time. Then, the heavy object slowly stood up from the water. It was the big-footed zombie just now. Why is she chasing us? Don't worry, I'll lead her away again. Lin Kong looked at the familiar figure and said in surprise. In order to prevent Lin Kong from letting the Tyrannosaurus Rex kill her, Lin Kong quickly flew up and prepared to lead the female zombie away again. However, he forgot. The spiritual energy bead was still in his hand. In Lin Kong's opinion, this move was intentional by Lin Kong. Lin Kong didn't say anything, but just put his left hand on the head of the Triceratops and clenched the kitchen knife with his right hand. The big-footed zombie in the river screamed excitedly. She didn't move, but just squatted down. Her two thighs, as thick as a basin, were constantly flashing white light. The original text is in Liu number 9 / The big-footed zombie was accumulating power. She seemed to have a little intelligence and knew that Lin Kong could fly and she couldn't catch up, so she aimed at Lin Kong this time. Her target is you. Run away. Lin Kong saw this scene and immediately exclaimed to Lin Kong. But Lin Kong stood still. His eyes were fixed on Lin Kong. Once Lin Kong flew too far, Lin Kong would attack him directly. She's about to jump over. Why are you standing there? Could it be? Lin Kong looked at Lin Kong's cold face and the faint murderous intent in his eyes, and suddenly realized something. Oh, it turns out that I didn't give him the bead. He must have thought that I wanted to escape and wanted to kill me before I ran away. However, the Bigfoot zombie was about to attack. Can't such a small matter be dealt with later? Lin Kong then said. Run quickly. I will definitely give you the bead later. No, give it to me now. Lin Kong seemed to be unaware that a mutant zombie was about to jump over, and he still spoke calmly. No way, she's about to jump over, and you still care about this? Is there something wrong with your brain? Lin Kong looked at the Bigfoot zombie who had already accumulated power, and his tone was very anxious. Although this big-footed zombie is only level 1, once she has finished charging, and pounces from a distance, the power of its feet will be unmatched. Even Lin Kong, a level 2 new human, dare not take it head on. But Lin Kong stood there and ignored it. It's impossible. Lin Kong is so cautious that he can't be unaware of the power of this big-footed zombie. Why is he standing still? Lin Kong wondered in his heart. Suddenly, he thought of an incredible possibility. Could it be that Lin Kong didn't take this big-footed zombie seriously at all? However, Lin Kong's Tyrannosaurus Rex does not have a strong defense at all. Lin Kong turned his head and locked his eyes on the Triceratops. Swish! The big-footed zombie that had finished charging soared into the sky, and its thick feet, carrying the force of thunder, stepped towards Lin Kong. Facing the aggressive big-footed zombie, Lin Kong in midair couldn't help but step back. However, he did not dare to retreat too far, fearing that Lin Kong would suddenly attack him. Wow! A second before the big foot hit Lin Kong, the Triceratops activated its skill, Dinosaur Possession. The Triceratops' body, as if melted by high temperature, turned into a ball of dark green liquid, climbed onto Lin Kong's palm, and quickly spread to his shoulders, head, chest, abdomen, and feet. In a short moment, it completely enveloped Lin Kong. Puff puff puff. With 3 slight sounds of breaking through the air, 2 long horns and 1 short horn appeared on Lin Kong's head at the same time. Buzz! Finally, the strengthened head shield emerged from Lin Kong's left fist. Raising it, the head shield in his left hand was aimed at the flying Bigfoot. Bang! The strong and powerful sole of the foot collided with the hard head shield. A strong airflow erupted from the collision point. Lin Kong, who was standing aside, was blown by the airflow so hard that his wings were unstable, causing his body to fall to the ground. He sighed in his heart. This Bigfoot zombie's charged attack is really strong. I don't know if Lin Kong was crushed. If he died, I wouldn't have to make a choice. No, it seems that he used a strange skill before he was hit. But, even if he was just possessed by the Triceratops, he shouldn't be able to withstand this powerful attack. At least he would be seriously injured. In that case, not only would I not have to run away, I could also take the opportunity to kill him and then take back my spiritual energy beats. Haha, Huang Yun, you are worthy of being my goddess. When you were alive, you took good care of me. Now that you have become a zombie, you can still save me from the water and fire. I really love you. Lin Kong's mind was full of thoughts. However, when he looked up and saw that Lin Kong was unharmed, the expression on his face was only shock. The thoughts in his mind instantly changed from thousands to one. That is, fortunately, I didn't choose to run away. Lin Kong muttered to himself, with a tone of fear. If I had run away just now, I would definitely be dead now. At the same time, he couldn't help swallowing. Gurgle. Chapter 58. 9 Black Spots. 1 more to go. When the female zombie's big feet fell, the huge force contained in it was first blocked by the hard head shield, weakening it by half. Buzz! When it was transmitted downward, the liquid dragon armor on Lin Kong's body made a slight shaking sound, and then it dissipated the remaining force. Therefore, the damage caused to Lin Kong by the entire collision was equivalent to a full-strength attack from a 3-year-old child. It almost did not cause any damage to Lin Kong. Da. The female zombie failed in her attack. After she landed, she rushed towards Lin Kong again, her open mouth full of sharp fangs. However, because Dinosaur Possession greatly enhanced Lin Kong's strength, speed, and reaction ability, so, swish, a white light flashed. The female zombie's head flew up, and blood immediately flowed from her neck. Guliu Huang Yun's head rolled to Lin Kong's feet like a basketball. Looking at her once charming cherry mouth, which has now turned into a bloody mouth full of fangs, Lin Kong's face is full of disgust, sadness, and a hint of nostalgia. Lin Kong squatted down and wiped the blood on the kitchen knife on the grass on the shore. Without raising his head, he asked indifferently, "Your goddess wants to trample me to death, so I cut your goddess." You should understand this. Understand? Lin Kong answered repeatedly. He got up from the ground in a hurry and took a few steps back. Suddenly thinking of the spiritual energy bead, he hurriedly walked to Lin Kong again, not only handed the bead in his hand to Lin Kong, but also handed over the remaining bead in his danshan, because Lin Kong's performance just now was really amazing. Just one hand easily blocked the skill, Taishan pressure, of the Bigfoot zombie. It's really terrible. This must be at least a new human at the peak of level 2 to be able to do this. A few days ago, when Lin Kong beat me, he had to use all his tricks and schemes. If we fight now, I will probably be defeated by him in seconds. Lin Kong thought of the scene where the Triceratops turned into liquid armor and couldn't help feeling scared. The superpowers of that Triceratops were so strange and terrifying that it could make the weak Lin Kong exert the powerful strength equivalent to that of a level 2 peak new human. In short, Lin Kong was completely convinced by Lin Kong's strength. Therefore, he dared not hesitate anymore. If you resist the president, you may die in the future, but if you resist Lin Kong, you will die now. Keep one for yourself. When we get to the county town later, we may need your strength. Lin Kong only stuffed one into his arms. Okay, big brother. Lin Kong called Lin Kong big brother again. Crack, crack. The Tyrannosaurus Rex couldn't wait to bite open Huang Yun's skull and took out a white spirit core. It wanted to eat it, but it didn't dare to eat it, and finally handed it to Lin Kong obediently. Remove. Lin Kong ordered the Triceratops to cancel the possession. Then, he tied the scattered food, water and other things on the ground back to the Triceratops' back. Wait, big brother, this bacon is very heavy. Don't tire the Triceratops. Let me take it. Lin Kong hurried over and snatched the big bag of bacon with a flattering look. Before, he had always been empty-handed, but now, he took the initiative to come over and help take things. Forget it. My Triceratops is strong, because Lin Kong's right hand has not grown yet. Lin Kong doesn't want to bully a disabled person. Yes, big brother, why are you being so polite to me? Lin Kong not only wants to show off in front of Lin Kong, but more importantly, the bag of bacon looks delicious. Okay, then you take it. Anyway, Lin Kong is a level 2 new human, very strong, so Lin Kong stopped persuading him. Hungry middle. When Lin Kong was packing his backpack, a familiar message, with a hint of coldness, came into Lin Kong's mind. Without thinking, as soon as he felt the chill, Lin Kong knew it was the 7 black eggs. He followed the direction indicated by the message, walked a few steps, and came to Huang Yun's head. Hungry 7 black eggs said that the food was right in front of Lin Kong. The original text is available at 6 number 9 at books/bar. Sure enough, it was exploded by the mutant zombie. After squatting down, Lin Kong took a closer look and found that above the zombie's head, there was a black mist-like liquid floating in the air. When the 7 black eggs approached the drop of mist, the black dots on its eggshell gathered together, and a miniature tornado was born out of thin air, absorbing the drop of mist. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9. Collect another drop of mist, and you can get 10 drops. Lin Kong smiled slightly. It seemed that his guess was correct. Then, I had to kill another mutant zombie. What will happen when the 7 black eggs have 10 black dots? Lin Kong stood up and put the 7 black eggs back into his backpack with satisfaction. Although the 7 black eggs always carry a chilling breath from the abyss, Lin Kong can feel that this dinosaur egg should not really hurt him. Therefore, Lin Kong is looking forward to the changes of the 7 black eggs. As for the other egg left in the backpack, Lin Kong does not pay much attention to it. However, Lin Kong is very sure that this other egg will come out in about 2 or 3 days. Because of the 7 black eggs, Lin Kong is not very excited about the other unknown egg. Where did you get the photo? When Lin Kong put the backpack on the back of the Triceratops, he found that Lin Kong was staring at a photo, lost in thought. It was a blood-stained photo, but after Lin Kong carefully wiped it clean with his clothes, he could clearly see that there were 4 people in the photo. On a piece of grass, 2 adults were hugging 2 little girls of 7 or 8 years old, and the 4 of them were smiling happily. It was a family photo. Lin Kong was stunned for a moment when he heard Lin Kong's voice, and then he reacted. He pointed at the body of the female zombie and replied, "Oh, that, I just found it in Huang Yun's pocket." Suddenly, swish. Why did you tear up this photo again? From Lin Kong's eyes, Lin Kong could see that this man really liked Huang Yun. So when he found him tearing up the photo, he was very puzzled. "No, I just tore up the head portrait of her husband." Lin Kong showed his teeth and smiled cunningly. Moreover, he pointed at the 2 little girls in the photo and said to Lin Kong, I have to keep this photo, because my goddess Huang Yun and her twin daughters, I still like them very much. Hehe. So far, the matter of the Bigfoot zombie finally came to an end. Lin Kong looked at the north side where there were many buildings and asked, "How far is it from the gathering place?" "About 4 or 5 kilometers, Lin Kong replied. Chapter 59 Weird Little Girl. Brother, shouldn't we be more low-key? Lin Kong rolled up his wings, looked at Lin Kong's two Tyrannosaurus Rex, and couldn't help but remind him, because the closer you are to the gathering place, the more people will come and go. Wouldn't it be too conspicuous to have 2 dinosaurs following behind you? Otherwise, you can disguise yourself a little like me. Lin Kong heard his idea and praised. Well, you are very thoughtful. Before, Lin Kong wrapped his wings around his belly and pretended to be a fat man, so when he showed the wings of white clouds, everyone was quite surprised. Now, Lin Kong also plans to disguise the 2 dinosaurs well. Let's go and see if there are any clothes. So the 2 chose a 2-story building. As soon as they walked in, they encountered a staggering old zombie. It screamed ho-ho strangely, revealing a pair of dentures in its mouth. Such a zombie cannot infect humans even if it bites them. Bang! Before the old zombie could even get to Lin Kong kicked him in the head with a high kick. One zombie fell down, and another one came over. Fortunately, they were all ordinary zombies and had not mutated. With the protection of Lin Kong and the 2 dragons, Lin Kong was not in any danger. Soon, all the zombies on the first floor were cleared out. Without the interference of the zombies, the 2 could start looking for clothes. Lin Kong brought the 2 dinosaurs to the bedroom. However, facing the closet full of clothes, he began to worry. It's a headache. I don't know what to disguise as. If he wanted to use dirty tricks in a fight, he was very good at it, but when it came to the problem of disguise, he was really powerless. He glanced at the Triceratops' huge body like a fat pig and really didn't know how to disguise it, or let it activate its skills and attach itself to me permanently. Lin Kong had an idea. In this way, he only needed to wear some loose clothes. However, he immediately rejected this idea. With his old sinister style, of course, he would pretend to be an ordinary person at ordinary times, and at the critical moment, he would be possessed by a dinosaur, and attack the enemy unexpectedly. Therefore, he could only continue to rack his brains to think about the camouflage of the Triceratops. Brother, are you not done yet? Not long after, Lin Kong, wearing a baseball cap and a baggy windbreaker, came over. He disguised himself very well. People who didn't know him would think he was a fat man at first glance. I don't know how to do it. How about you help me? Lin Kong touched his head awkwardly. If you don't know, just say you don't know. Lin Kong is not pretentious at all. He didn't care about face or anything like that, and directly asked Lin Kong for help. We can't waste time because of this little thing. We must quickly enter the gathering place to collect intelligence. Okay, this is quite simple. Lin Kong first looked at the Triceratops, and then said with his eyes shining. He took a few suits from the closet at random, and then covered the Triceratops with them. Then, he found a stapler and a pair of scissors. Click, click, click. Using the stapler, he connected all the suits together. Then he used scissors to cut 2 big holes in the eye area. Done. It took only more than 5 minutes to complete the camouflage task. Looking at the appearance of the Triceratops, Lin Kong clapped his hands with satisfaction. But Lin Kong looked at it and couldn't help saying, "This is too ugly!" The suits that Lin Kong took, black and white, were all sewn on the Triceratops, which was simply unsightly. However, the iconic long horns and the dinosaur tail were covered. As long as the suit is not opened, no one knows that there is a dinosaur inside. If others ask, just say it is a wild boar. Okay. Have you found a backpack or something so I can carry the Tyrannosaurus Rex? The Tyrannosaurus Rex was small, only 20 centimeters tall, and a backpack was enough to hide it. Although Lin Kong had a backpack, it was used to carry dinosaur eggs. I didn't find it, so I'll go to the second floor to look for it, Lin Kong said, and walked to the second floor. Well, be careful. Before entering the door, Remember to make some noise to prevent sneak attacks from zombies in the dark. The second floor has not been cleaned yet, so Lin Kong reminded carefully. However, he had been knocking and banging on the first floor for a long time just now. If there were zombies on the second floor, they would have gone downstairs long ago. But, to be on the safe side, Lin Kong still reminded him casually, after all, it is better to be safe than sorry. Lin Kong is a member of the meteorite team and a special new human transformed by meteorite fragments. Like the pure Lin Kong, he is immune to corpse poison. Therefore, he is usually too lazy to take weapons. In battle, his fists and wings are the best weapons. However, his right arm has not grown out yet, and his combat effectiveness has not recovered. So, he had to listen to Lin Kong's advice and picked up a baseball bat to use as a weapon. When going upstairs, he kept knocking and banging, trying to lure the zombies out through the noise. I thought there should be no zombies on the second floor, but when he came up and kicked the door open heavily, he suddenly found that at the end of the corridor, there was a crying female voice. "Woo mommy Tilda, where are you?" It sounds like a human voice? Lin Kong couldn't help but tighten the baseball bat in his hand, his eyes fixed firmly on the end of the corridor. It was empty, with nothing there. "Woo, mommy, I'm hungry and want to eat." Another voice came, and Lin Kong listened carefully. He found that the voice was very childish and sweet, probably from a little girl. "Lin Kong, there's someone." If it were according to his previous style of doing things, he would definitely run over alone to check. However, influenced by Lin Kong's cautious style of doing things, he decided to call Lin Kong up first just in case. After Lin Kong went upstairs, he found that the crying sound was still coming from the end of the corridor. Read the original text at LU number 9/. It seems to be a little girl. Could it be a survivor? Although he guessed that it was a survivor, Lin Kong did not relax his vigilance at all. He let the Tyrannosaurus Rex jump onto his shoulder and was ready to attack at any time, because the sound was really a bit strange. Lin Kong was downstairs just now, making such a big noise. Why didn't the surviving little girl run down? Why didn't she start crying loudly after Lin Kong went upstairs? Moreover, this little girl at the end of the corridor, since she wanted to find her mother, why didn't she come out? Why is she always crying? Is she trapped in the room? In short, many doubts were entangled in his mind. Lin Kong also noticed that something was wrong, and said hesitantly, "Shall we leave?" Lin Kong thought that Lin Kong would gladly accept this proposal of just in case, and for safety. However, Lin Kong did not rush to answer him. If it was an ordinary man's voice, or a woman's voice, Lin Kong might choose to leave, because he is not a good person. However, this was a little girl's cry for help. Children are Lin Kong's only weakness. Hearing this childish voice, Lin Kong could even feel the despair in that voice. Maybe it was the overflow of fatherly love, or maybe it was a brain seizure. In short, he couldn't bear to abandon a little girl. Now, he has the perverted defense of dinosaur possession, the control method of forbidden fire eye, and the deadly attack of Tyrannosaurus Rex's teeth. I am so powerful. Even if the opponent is a level 2 mutant zombie, I can easily escape. So, let's go and have a look. But Lin Kong only had one arm left, and his strength was greatly damaged. So Lin Kong turned around and said, "You go down first, I'll go and see what's going on alone." "But, brother," Lin Kong was hesitant to speak when he saw Lin Kong's firm attitude. A strong ominous premonition arose in his heart, which prevented him from going to the end of the corridor. Therefore, after hesitating for a moment, he chose to go downstairs with the baseball bat. At the same time, he really couldn't understand Lin Kong's behavior. This sound was obviously very strange. Why did the cautious Lin Kong still go to check it out? Thump tap tap, step by step, Lin Kong gradually walked to the end of the corridor. "Woo, mommy, I'm hungry. I want to eat." Listen to this voice. It is coming from the last room. The door is ajar and can be pushed open easily. Since the door is not locked, why doesn't the little girl inside come out directly? Lin Kong felt confused, but he chose to move on. The Tyrannosaurus Rex squatted on his shoulder, with flames burning in his eyes. The Triceratops was right beside him and could possess him at any time. Lin Kong took a deep breath and gently pushed the door open with his right hand. Squeak! Maybe the screws of the door were rusty, and when it was pushed open, it still inevitably made a sound. "Woo woo, mommy, are you?" The sound of the door opening caused the crying sound inside to stop abruptly. Lin Kong's movements also froze. He felt something was wrong. Based on this reaction, the girl inside must not be a normal little girl. Is there something wrong with my brain? Why would I make such a low-level mistake? Just when Lin Kong was about to run away, squeak! The door was opened on its own. Lin Kong looked over nervously. The little girl inside seemed to be an ordinary survivor. This little girl was about 7 or 8 years old. She was wearing a white princess dress, with twin ponytails on her head, and her face was tearful. The little girl's face was as delicate and cute as a porcelain doll. A closer look revealed that her big tearful eyes had dark and clear pupils. Judging from her appearance, this was definitely a normal little girl. Zombies' eyes were cloudy, and zombies wouldn't call for their mothers. This was common knowledge promoted by the experts on the radio. What surprised Lin Kong even more was that there was not just one little girl in the room, but 2. Chapter 60. They seemed to be zombies in the room at the end of the corridor. After a little girl came out, another little girl with the same appearance and the same dress came out. They looked almost exactly the same, and Lin Kong guessed that they should be twins. Moreover, the 2 little girls looked very familiar. Are you Huang Yun's twin daughters? After a little thought, Lin Kong remembered the photo that Lin Kong picked up. Then he realized that the 2 girls were the twin girls of the big-footed female zombie Huang Yun. Oh my god, there are such coincidences in this world. Lin Kong felt incredible about this encounter. After being surprised for more than a minute, Lin Kong tried to communicate with the 2 little girls. Are you hungry? Uncle has food here. He just wanted to take out the bacon for the twin girls, but found that the bacon had been taken away by Lin Kong. However, the 2 little girls ignored Lin Kong's words. They continued to cry, shouting one after another, "Woo woo, mommy, where are you? Woo woo, mommy, mommy, I'm hungry and can't walk." Just like that, they kept shouting and walked out along the corridor. Faced with such strange behavior, Lin Kong touched the back of his head, puzzled. Could it be these 2 little girls are too scared and have gone crazy? How about I go and comfort them? But how should I comfort them? Should I squat down and say to them, "Be good, don't look for your mother has been chopped to death by me"? Thinking about it, suddenly, Lin Kong had a strange idea. Right, could they be new mutant zombies? This thought made Lin Kong's back chill. However, he looked at the 2 little girls carefully again and overturned this idea. They all had arms and legs, no blood on their bodies, no wounds, pink faces, and pitiful expressions. How could they be zombies? If they are zombies, I will just jump from the 2nd floor. Maybe they are just starving. Just eat something and they will be fine. So, Lin Kong walked past them quickly, came to the stairs, and shouted downstairs, "Lin Kong, there are 2 little girls. They are probably starving. Bring the bacon up for them to eat." 2 little girls? Lin Kong was puzzled. Are they really just little girls? Why do I still have a strong sense of uneasiness in my mind? He shook his head and shook off the uneasiness. If the sky falls, there will be tall people to support it. Lin Kong's Triceratops is so powerful, he will definitely protect me. He walked upstairs and saw the twin girls. The baseball bat in his hand and a bag of bacon were accidentally dropped to the ground. Damn, how how could it be them? Lin Kong had an unbelievable expression. This is too magical. Lin Kong quickly pulled out 2 small pieces of bacon from the bag, and then ran all the way and handed them to the 2 little girls. This time, he first met the goddess husband, then met the goddess herself, and now, he even saved the goddess's 2 daughters. This probability is even lower than the possibility of winning 5 million in the lottery. Mommy, I'm hungry, super hungry. Mommy, where have you been? However, they did not take the bacon. As before, they still asked around sadly. Lin Kong even summed up their speaking habits. One always said mommy twice, and always shouted hungry. The other said mommy once, and always asked where mommy went. What's going on? Are they scared silly? Didn't they say they were hungry? Why don't they react to my food at all? Lin Kong threw a series of questions to Lin Kong. Lin Kong shrugged and spread his hands, saying, I don't know. Maybe my brain is stupid because of hunger. They are really a bit weird. Although Lin Kong was rather careless, he looked at the two strange little girls carefully and found nothing abnormal. It was because everything was normal for them that Lin Kong felt that they were a bit weird. Suddenly, he thought of a new problem. Brother, aren't we going to find the laboratory and rescue your mother? But it would be too inconvenient if we bring these two little burdens with us. Lin Kong knew very well that the parents of the twin girls were already dead. Read the original text in Liu number 9 / Since Lin Kong saved them, he had to be responsible for them. But this rescue operation was urgent and dangerous, and the little girls would become a huge burden. Alas, maybe after we get to the gathering place, we can let others take care of them temporarily. To be honest, he also felt a little regretful in his heart. He shouldn't have suddenly shown kindness and saved the little girls. However, if I don't save the two little girls, once she was discovered by her mother, she would definitely violently beaten me. As a gentleness, Lin Kong also became such a person under the influence of his mother's subtle influence. By the way, in order to prevent running, let's hold one by one. Although the goddess Huang Yun, whom he secretly loved, died, her daughter is in my hands. Perhaps this is the gift God has given me. Lin Kong decided in his heart that he must take good care of them. Whether it is a cold-blooded killer or a ruthless profit-seeking businessman, everyone has a soft spot in their hearts. And Huang Yun, the manager of the auto repair shop, the woman who often cares about him, is Lin Kong's soft spot. This little girl's hands are so cold. Lin Kong took a girl's hand, but found that her hands were like spring water, without the slightest temperature. Cold hands? Wait, her shoelaces fell off. Lin Kong was about to touch the girl's hand to see if it was really cold, but found that a little girl's shoelaces were loose. Oh, let me tie it. Lin Kong only had one hand and couldn't tie the shoelaces, so Lin Kong squatted down on his own initiative. Don't tell me, the temperature of this little hand is really low. It feels like the hand of a dead person. Lin Kong touched the little girl's hand and said with a frown. At this time, Lin Kong had tied his shoelaces in 2 quick strokes. He was about to stand up to discuss the matter of his hand, but he accidentally glanced and found that there seemed to be something wrong with the knees under the little girl's skirt. So he opened it and took a look. The scene inside made his pupils shrink instantly. He stammered, they seem to be zombies. Chapter 61 Between Life and Death. Zombies? Zombies? Are you sure? Lin Kong asked dumbfounded after hearing Lin Kong's words. Look at that little face crying so pitifully. It makes people feel distressed. How could they be zombies? Lin Kong was still thinking about taking good care of the twin girls who lost their parents in the future. Look at her knees. Lin Kong tried his best to calm himself down and calmly pointed at the bottom of a little girl's skirt. What's wrong with her knees? Lin Kong walked to the front, took a look, and saw the weird knees, and immediately took a breath of cold air. Gulp. Whenever he encountered a dangerous incident, he would habitually swallow his saliva, and his face was shocked and said, this knee, actually, there is no meat? Yes, there are only bones, no meat. Both knees are bare. However, there is plump tender meat on the calves and thighs, just like a normal person. The knees are fleshless. They must be mutant zombies. Although Lin Kong already knew that the two little girls were zombies, he did not panic, but began to think calmly. The knees of this other little girl are still normal. Lin Kong squatted down, lifted the skirt of another girl, and found that there was flesh on her knees. However, when he looked up from the bottom to the top, he saw the little girl's teeth. He couldn't help but jump back, and tore open her clothes with a swish, and was about to show her wing. However, the calm Lin Kong stopped him loudly. Wait, don't use your superpowers. Why? This other little girl, her mouth is full of fangs. Lin Kong said in fear. The row of fine, sharp, and cold little teeth made Lin Kong shudder. A great sense of uneasiness filled his whole body. causing the spiritual energy in his Danshin to surge wildly. Don't be impulsive. They didn't attack us, which means there is a reason. Once you use your superpowers, they might attack. From beginning to end, the two little girls did not show any hostility. So, Lin Kong decided to stay put. Moreover, from the color of the aura lingering on the knees, it can be inferred that the aura in this zombie's body is very rich. It is even richer than Lin Kingfeng's. In other words, level 3. She is very likely a level 3 mutant zombie. Although Lin Kong has a super dinosaur like Triceratops, the opponent is level 3. It is said that a level 3 strongman can beat 10 level 2 peak masters, not to mention that Triceratops is just a weak chicken at level 1. Although Lin Kingfeng is level 2, he broke an arm, which is also a big loss in the battle. Once the war starts, the consequences will be disastrous. What should I do? Lin Kingfeng also vaguely felt the powerful strength of the two little girls, and he was particularly unsure. Lin Kong said not to move, so he honestly retracted his wings and waited for Lin Kong's further instructions. Let's go. Slowly leave. Earlier, Lin Kong walked around in the corridor without being attacked, which meant that walking was safe. Of the 36 strategies, running away is the best strategy, and the first thing Lin Kong thought of was to escape. Okay. Lin Kingfeng followed Lin Kong and retreated step by step, but his eyes were firmly fixed on the two little girls' every move. Until they went down to the first floor, the twin zombies did not attack, as expected of the daughters of my goddess. Even if they become zombies, they will not eat people. Lin Kingfeng breathed a sigh of relief. It seems that they are still good zombies who advocate peace. Just as he was thinking this, he turned around and tripped over the mop without paying attention. When he was about to fall, Lin Kingfeng spread his wings and easily stopped his body. Mommy, you are here. Who? As Lin Kingfeng's wings spread, the little girl with no meat on her knees stopped calling her mommy. Suddenly, her face became ferocious. She opened her mouth, showing her sharp teeth, and made the zombie's signature ho sound, swish. At the same time, she bent her legs and shot down from the second floor in an instant. Her speed was as fast as lightning. Lin Kingfeng was thrown to the ground before he could react. Lin Kong just turned his head and didn't have time to say anything. The little girl zombie with no meat on her knees had already opened her big mouth full of sharp teeth to bite Lin Kingfeng's head. Too late. Read the original text at LU number 9/. Too late for anything. Lin Kong's surprised eyes were only halfway open when the little girl zombie bit down. Whether it was the Tyrannosaurus Rex or the Triceratops, they had no time to stop it. Even if Lin Kingfeng was a new human of level 2, he was just a little lamb to be slaughtered in front of this little girl zombie. It was too fast. Lin Kingfeng didn't even have time to close his eyes, let alone fight back. The teeth of a level 3 mutant zombie can easily crush even steel and iron bones. If this bite hits, Lin Kingfeng will definitely die. But that mouth stopped. For some reason, the little girl zombie stopped, as if struck by lightning. This deadly bloody mouth stopped in front of Lin Kingfeng, neither biting down nor retracting. Silence, complete silence. Swish, a breeze blew in, blowing a newspaper sliding on the ground, making a slight sound. Lin Kingfeng didn't even dare to swallow his saliva. His body was stiff like a piece of wood, and his heartbeat stopped. He didn't even dare to sweat on his forehead. Lin Kong, who was standing aside, opened his mouth wide, and didn't dare to act trashly. Too scary, too perverted. Level 3 zombies are simply godlike. That speed is as fast as lightning from the sky, and it is deadly and defenseless. Although it was not Lin Kong who was attacked, Lin Kong could deeply understand what it meant to be weak, what it meant to be helpless, what it meant to be powerless to resist. Originally, he was very confident in this rescue operation, and he thought that the so-called president was just like that. However, Lin Kingfeng said that the president was likely to be a level 4 existence. Level 3 was already so powerful, and Lin Kong could not imagine how terrifying the existence of level 4 was. Suddenly, he wanted to go home, back to that orange village. Like a turtle, he huddled in his 3-story small building, waiting for the army to rescue him. 2 seconds later, the little girl zombie moved. These 2 seconds, for Lin Kong, were as long as 200 years. But for Lin Kingfeng, it was like 2,000 years. The little girl zombie slowly retracted her mouth, but a drop of saliva fell on Lin Kong's face. Lin Kong naturally did not dare to wipe it off. His pupils trembled, and he watched the little girl's every move closely. The little girl lowered her head and looked at Lin Kong's vest. There was a small pocket on the chest of the vest. In the pocket, a photo was half exposed. Upon closer inspection, it was a family photo of Huang Yun and her family. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 62 Must Be Stronger. The air in the first floor hall was almost frozen. Suddenly, a silver bell-like laughter sounded. Ha ha ha, Mommy, so you are here. The little girl gently picked up the photo and smiled happily at the image of Huang Yun on it. As if playing a game of hide-and-seek, the little girl finally caught her hidden mother. Mommy, Mommy, come on, eat. Another little girl on the second floor had excellent eyesight and saw the head of her mother in the photo from a distance. Swish! She spit out a long tongue, hit the ceiling, and stuck to it firmly. Then, using her tongue as a rope, her body swung lightly. Like Spider-Man, she swung directly from the second floor to the first floor. After retracting her tongue, she trotted all the way over. The little face also showed a happy smile. Mommy, Mommy, I want to eat. The happy figures of the two little girls jumping around immediately made the solemn atmosphere in the hall lively and joyful. However, Lin Kong and Lin Kong were still frozen in place, because the pressure from the two little girl zombies was too great. After 5 or 6 minutes, Lin Kong dared to speak quietly and tentatively. It seems everything is fine. Lin Kong, who was lying on the ground, opened his mouth, but didn't say anything. Perhaps because of the fear of death, he entered a state of aphasia for a short time. These two zombies are so scary. Let's leave quickly, Lin Kong suggested while slowly retreating. But Lin Kong didn't move after hearing this, just looking at Lin Kong with his eyes, as if saying, I seem to be so scared that I can't move. You help me. Okay. Lin Kong still had to use Lin Kong to find the leader of the meteorite team to find out the location of the laboratory, so Lin Kong couldn't abandon him. So Lin Kong bravely stepped forward. He pulled Lin Kong's wings and dragged him out with all his strength, which was very strenuous, but he was just an ordinary person, and Lin Kong with wings was at least 400 or 500 pounds, which was frighteningly heavy. He didn't dare to let the Triceratops pull him, fearing that the Triceratops would suddenly use the spiritual energy in its body, thus triggering the attack of the little girl zombie. 10 minutes later, after dragging for about 5 meters, Lin Kong finally dragged Lin Kong to the door panting, I can finally speak. After getting away from the little girl zombie, the fear in Lin Kong's heart almost dissipated, and his voice was restored. In addition, his body was able to move. The first thing Lin Kong did after getting up was to slowly fold his wings. After folding his wings, he saw that the little girl zombie did not react, so he dared to exhale deeply. Then, the two people and the two dragons hurriedly left quietly. Lin Kong didn't dare to speak loudly until he was several hundred meters away. He lamented, Alas, I didn't expect my goddess to be so miserable. Her whole family is mutant zombies. Lin Kong summed up the lesson and said, I've decided, from now on, whenever I encounter something a little weird, I will run away and never show kindness suddenly again. Lin Kong listened and nodded in agreement. Yes, I almost lost my life. Fortunately, I picked up that photo. Alas, I originally wanted to find a frame to frame that photo. Fortunately, we all survived. But I must become stronger. Lin Kong felt uneasy when he thought of the powerlessness and weakness in the face of the little girl zombie. Can I really find the laboratory and rescue my mother from the president? It is said that the president is a terrifying level 4. But I only have 2 level 1 dinosaurs and can't fight at all. It must be stronger. At least both dragons must reach level 3, so that I can have a chance to snatch my mother back from the president. As for killing the president, Lin Kong never had this idea. As he walked, Lin Kong planned the next action. Of course, The action he planned was completely different from what Lin Kong had proposed. Lin Kong's plan was more concise and reliable. The first step was to find the team leader and force him to tell the location of the laboratory. The second step was to observe the laboratory and try to raid it when the president was not around and rescue his mother. The third step was to escape and get rid of the pursuers in the laboratory. During the entire operation, if there was time, he would rescue Yi Xiaogo's parents from the power of Jin Baoang. Anyway, Jin Baoang was killed by Lin Kong, so it shouldn't be a difficult task to rescue someone from his power. Very good. The action plan has been preliminarily drawn up, so the first thing to do when entering the gathering place is to let Lin Kong contact the team leader. The original text can be read at LU number 9/. When Lin Kong thought of this, he patted Lin Kong who was walking in front of him and asked, "What is the strength level of your team leader?" "Probably the peak of level 2, Lin Kong guessed. "Oh, okay." Lin Kong thought about it. If the opponent is level 2, if he wants to catch him, he must also raise the strength of Triceratops to level 2. Therefore, the second thing I have to do is to find a way to condense the spiritual energy beads, so that Triceratops can be promoted. After sorting out what he had to do, Lin Kong felt a little more at ease. However, plans can never keep up with changes. After arriving at the gathering place, Lin Kong will make necessary changes to the plan according to the actual situation. There is still 1 kilometer away from the gathering place. Lin Kong and Lin Kong found a clothing store and disguised themselves again. Lin Kong turned into a fat man in a black windbreaker. Lin Kong held a triceratops in a suit with one hand and carried a primary school student's school bag with Ultraman on it in the other hand. There was no way, so he found this school bag and had to make do with it. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was hiding in the school bag. The triceratops in a suit. It is estimated that if they are not blind, someone will definitely open it to check it. Lin Kong asked worriedly, "There should be someone checking at the gate of the gathering place?" "Don't worry, big brother, I am a level 2 new human. Once the spiritual energy is revealed, who dares to check us?" Lin Kong patted his chest and said, "There are more than 100 new humans in the gathering place. The experts of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce have ranked their strengths. Half of the new humans are level 0 waste. The more powerful level 1 new humans like Jin Baoang are in the top 20 of the ranking. Level 2 ones like Lin Kong are at least in the top 10 of the ranking. However, under the instructions of the president, the members of the meteorite team must hide their strength. Therefore, Lin Kong has no name on the ranking list, and most people in the gathering place don't know Lin Kong. Since you are protecting me, I feel relieved." Lin Kong patted Lin Kong's shoulder and joked. Then, the two continued to walk. There were not many zombies, but Lin Kong met a college classmate. This classmate used to be a rich second generation. When he recognized Lin Kong, he couldn't help but sneer. "Oh, isn't this our class monitor Lin? How come you are still an ordinary person? Not even a level 0 new human. You are really doing badly." Chapter 63 Lin Kong, let me protect you. 2 motorcycles stopped in front of Lin Kong, 1 man and 1 woman. The man took off his helmet, revealing a handsome face. When Lin Kong first heard the voice, he felt a little familiar. After seeing the man's face clearly, he was surprised and said, "Fei, it's you." Wu Fei shook his flowing long hair and pointed at his eyes. "Did you see my pupils? They are shining. It hasn't been a few days since the zombie crisis broke out, and I automatically evolved into a new human. How about it? Awesome, right?" When ordinary people become new humans, not only will all aspects of their physical qualities improve, but there will also be a little white light in the dark pupils in their eye sockets. Whether there is a light spot in the pupil is the best way to distinguish a new humans from ordinary people. "Move away." A fat figure blocked Wu Fei's way. It was Lin Kong. He uttered 3 words indifferently, filling the air around him with a chill. Seeing Wu Fei's smug look, Lin Kong, as Lin Kong's younger brother, naturally came up to defend Lin Kong. "I'm chatting with my old classmate. What does it have to do with you?" Wu Fei is a level 1 new human. Although he can find out that Lin Kong is also a new human by observing his pupils, he doesn't know Lin Kong's specific strength. Looking at Lin Kong's fat body, Wu Feng thought that this fat guy must be not very strong since he is so fat. Once a fight starts, he will definitely beat this fat guy in minutes with his superpowers. Lin Kong, don't be nervous, he is my good friend. Lin Kong patted Lin Kong on the shoulder and smiled. Good friend? Lin Kong felt puzzled. He looked at Wu Feng's boasting and thought that Wu Feng wanted to find a sense of existence in Lin Kong. Yes, we are good brothers and good friends. Lin Kong took a step forward and punched Wu Feng in the chest. Wu Feng opened his arms and gave Lin Kong a big hug. Wu Feng promised with a smile, before, I was worried that you, the big monitor Lin, would be unlucky and become a zombie. Great, you are still alive. Don't worry, although you are an ordinary person, I will protect you in the future. My superpowers are very powerful, and I guarantee that you will have a good life in this doomsday. Wu Feng, who used to be a rich second generation, also bullied Lin Kong in college, but later, Lin Kong helped him catch up with the girl he had a crush on, Li Minutes. Therefore, the two of them have a very good relationship. Okay, you said it. Lin Kong also smiled. In college, the rich Wu Feng took good care of Lin Kong and often invited Lin Kong to dinner. When Yi Xiago was forced to break up with Lin Kong, Wu Feng wanted to give Lin Kong a Lamborghini sports car so that Lin Kong could drive to Yi Xiago's house to show off. However, Lin Kong did not accept the sports car. Squad leader Lin, long time no see. At this time, a pleasant female voice came. It was the woman on another motorcycle. She took off her helmet and smiled sweetly at Lin Kong. Hey, Li Minutes, long time no see. Lin Kong recognized the woman at a glance, and a look of surprise appeared on his face. This Li Minutes was the girl that Wu Feng had a crush on. She hated the rich second generation, and Wu Feng happened to have a lot of money. Lin Kong spent a lot of effort to let Wu Feng chase Li Minutes. By the way, squad leader Lin, you are going to our gathering place, right? Wu Feng pushed the motorcycle and walked side by side with Lin Kong, intending to have a good chat with Lin Kong. Wu Feng came to the gathering place very early. The reason why he rode a motorcycle was because he went out to search for supplies. I am indeed going to your gathering place, Lin Kong replied. So, the two of them walked and chatted. Lin Kong behind him touched the back of his head, feeling a little embarrassed. He had originally planned to punch the arrogant Wu Feng away, so that Wu Feng, a weakling at level 1, could see what the strength of a level 2 master was. Unexpectedly, the relationship between Wu Feng and Lin Kong was so good that he couldn't even pretend. This gathering place was transformed from a university. The gate of the university became the gate of the gathering place. The original text can be read at LU number 9/. The difference is that the gate has been transformed, with several iron plates welded to it, making it extremely hard and heavy. Behind the gate, tall observation towers were built, one on the left and one on the right, for a total of 2. On top of each observation tower, there is a strong machine gunner guarding it. As soon as Lin Kong and his group approached, the machine gunner on the observation tower immediately shouted loudly, "Stop!" Then, 4 or 5 fully armed guards opened the small door on the side and walked out. They pointed their guns at Lin Kong and his 4 companions. Put down your weapons, raise your hands high, and accept inspection. Lin Kong put down the kitchen knife in his hand, but the Ultraman backpack containing the Tyrannosaurus Rex and the Triceratops in a suit were leaning against his feet, ready to deal with any possible accidents. Among the guards, a young man walked out. This man had a square face and a scar on his face. His real name was unknown, but he was called Zuba. Wu Feng stepped forward, took out a cigarette, handed it to Zuba, and said with a smile, "Hey, Lao Zu, it's me, Dao Wu. I registered when I went out." After listening, Zuba, who was holding the registration book, glanced at Wu Feng and Li Minutes casually, waved his hand, and signaled that the two could go in. Then, when he came to Lin Kong, he pointed at Lin Kong's Ultraman school bag and said expressionlessly, "Open it and have a look." Wu Feng learned from the conversation with Lin Kong that there was a precious pet in the school bag, which was not convenient for others to see. So he hurried forward, stuffed half a pack of cigarettes into Zuba's hand, and said to Lin Kong, "He is my friend, and there is only a pet cat in this school bag. Zuba silently put the half-pack of cigarettes into his trouser pocket and turned his attention to the Triceratops in a suit. What the hell is this? Take off this suit. It's a wild boar, Lao Tzu. Please be flexible. Wu Fei gritted his teeth, took out a whole pack of intact cigarettes, and stuffed it into Zuba's hand. However, Zuba pushed the pack of cigarettes away this time, although he wanted this pack of cigarettes very much. This monster in the suit was too eye-catching. If it is an ordinary thing, and you give me some benefits, I can certainly let you in. But if you put such a big thing in casually, once it is found out by the superiors, you will lose your job. Lin Kong told Wu Fei that the thing hidden under the suit is a very powerful pet, and it cannot be shown to others easily. Therefore, Wu Fei took out 3 precious chocolates, Old Zoo, a pack of cigarettes and 3 chocolates. This chocolate was originally intended for his girlfriend Li Minutes, but now, in order to help squad leader Lin, who has done him a favor, Wu Fei had to take it out with great pain. Zuba looked at the chocolate with a longing look in his eyes. He especially likes to eat chocolate, but he swallowed his saliva and refused cruelly. No. Chapter 64. Okay, brother. No way, Old Zoo. Can you give me some face? Wu Fei said with a little anger. Cigarettes and chocolates are rare goods in the gathering place. A pack of cigarettes and 3 chocolates are enough to exchange for more than 10 kilograms of rice. So many benefits, just to open the door. Wu, this is not a matter of face. If it were in the past, I would turn a blind eye and let your friend in. But only today can't, Zuba said seriously. Why can't it be done today? Wu Fei asked puzzledly. He looked around. He found that the machine gunners on the observation tower all had a nervous expression of being ready for battle. Moreover, when they came out for inspection in the past, they were usually alone. This time, just for an ordinary entry and exit inspection, Zuba brought 4 fully armed guards out together. Indeed, there was an unusual smell in the air. Don't you know? There are level 3 zombies nearby. For the sake of half a pack of cigarettes, Zuba patiently explained. He held up 2 fingers, and there are 2, level 3, and 2 appeared at the same time? Could it be a mistake? Wu Fei's expression was shocked and a little scared, because the strongest in the gathering place are the new humans at the peak of level 2. Once 2 level 3 mutant zombies come to kill, there will be a river of blood. Moreover, Wu Fei once encountered a level 2 zombie, and he was so scared that he fled. If he encounters a level 3 zombie, he is afraid that he will not even have a chance to escape. To level 3, could it be a pair of twin girls? Lin Kong heard Zuba's words, his heart moved slightly, and asked, Huh? How do you know it's twin girls? Have you encountered them before? Zuba looked at Lin Kong in surprise. He found that Lin Kong's pupils were dim, indicating that he was just an ordinary person. If an ordinary person encounters a level 3 zombie, he will definitely die. So Zuba is quite curious. No, I just heard it from others, Zuba said then turned to explain to Wu Fei. These 2 level 3 zombies look like ordinary little girls. Even their eyes are normal, and their little faces are rosy and cute. It is impossible to tell whether they are human or zombies. Therefore, the higher-ups have issued a martial law order, and the inspection of entry and exit needs to be doubled. No one who may hide zombies is allowed to enter the gathering place, so, I must check. Seeing that Zuba had said so much, Wu Fei had to give up. According to this situation, Lin Kong can't escape. Just now, Wu Fei had promised Lin Kong shamelessly that with his protection, Lin Kong would definitely eat and drink hot drinks in the gathering place, and walk sideways from now on. Unexpectedly, before entering the gathering place, he was slapped in the face at the speed of light. He looked at Lin Kong and said with embarrassment, open it and let Old Zoo take a look. Hey, get out of the way. At this time, Lin Kong stepped forward and said coldly. As a member of the meteorite team, everyone was very low-key, so no one knew him, nor did they know his strength. Who are you? Do you want to force your way in? Zuba waved his hand, and after a click of bullets being loaded, the muzzles of all weapons were pointed at Lin Kong. Buzz Lin Kong did not speak, but circulated his spiritual energy to his pupils, causing his eyes to emit a dazzling light. It was like a sun was hidden under his eyelids. Level 2, Level 2. Quick, quick, put down your guns and let him in. As a Level 1 new human, Zuba naturally saw Lin Kong's strength at a glance through this light. In the gathering place, a Level 2 new human is at least in the top 10 of the rankings. Such a master does not need to be checked. Moreover, even if Lin Kong killed Zuba in anger, he would not be punished. This is the end of the world. Whoever is stronger is the boss. No way, you are actually Level 2? Wu Feng was surprised and scared. He remembered that he had just spoken arrogantly to Lin Kong, and he couldn't help but worry whether Lin Kong would be angry. So, he quickly whispered to Lin Kong, "By the way, squad leader Lin, you have a good relationship with him, right? Please help me to say something good to him later, and say that I didn't mean it just now." "Don't worry, he won't mind." Lin Kong smiled slightly. The original text is available at Liu number 9 / No, you have to help me to say something good. I have treated you to many meals in the past. You won't refuse to help with such a small favor. Wu Feng said firmly. He looked at Lin Kong's cold expression and knew that this was a very difficult person to mess with. Once he was secretly angry with him in his heart, he would not be able to live a good life. "Okay." Lin Kong had to turn to Lin Kong and said in a commanding tone, "Hey, Lin Kong, you are not allowed to be angry with my brother." "What are you doing?" Wu Feng heard Lin Kong's words. He pulled Lin Kong over and whispered to blame. Wu Feng was very anxious. How could Lin Kong, an ordinary person who had not evolved, speak to a Level 2 master in such a tone? "Do you think he is your younger brother? He will do whatever you say." "But, okay, big brother." Lin Kong bowed slightly to Lin Kong. Hearing this, Wu Feng was petrified. "What? This Level 2 master is actually Lin Kong's younger brother?" Did I hear it wrong? This is impossible. Li Minutes on the side also opened her mouth wide, with an incredible look. Pa! The registration book accidentally fell to the ground. Zuba, shocked, stared at Lin Kong's expression. This Level 2 master had a cold face just now, but when facing Lin Kong, he turned into a flattering expression. This is definitely not pretending. So, this ordinary person in front of him is actually the elder brother of a Level 2 master. He pointed at Lin Kong with trembling fingers, and then at the Triceratops in suit. He didn't know how to organize his words, and he stammered, you this. However, as an old hand, Zuba quickly recovered. He shouted, "Why are you still standing there? Hurry up and open the door." Of course, such a Level 2 master can't go in through the small door on the side. It must go in through the main door to match their status. With the sound of gears rolling, the door was gradually opened. All the guards put away their weapons and watched Lin Kong and the other four come in. "Are you really the big brother of this Level 2 master? Are you acting?" Wu Feng didn't dare to look directly at Lin Kong, who was Level 2. He turned sideways and asked Lin Kong quietly. He still couldn't believe that Lin Kong, a mere ordinary person, actually accepted a Level 2 master as his younger brother. In the gathering place, there are more than 100 new humans, but only a dozen Level 2 new humans. This shows how rare Level 2 masters are. Before Lin Kong could answer, Lin Kong answered first. "Yes, that's right, he is my eldest brother." Chapter 65, The Exchange at the Gathering Place. "Let's go. Go in quickly. Many people are staring at this place," Lin Kong urged. Because the gate of the gathering place is rarely opened. Now that it is opened, many strange eyes look over here. Lin Kong is not used to the feeling of being in the spotlight. Okay, go in." But Wu Feng enjoyed it very much. He shook his shiny hair vigorously and walked forward with big strides. In the past, he always went in through the small door on the side. Today, it was the first time to go in through the main gate. After entering, Wu Feng said excitedly, "Oh my god, it turns out that this is how it feels to come in through the main gate. You used to be a rich second generation who lived in a mansion and drove a sports car. Is it necessary to act like a country bumpkin?" Lin Kong looked at Wu Feng's exaggerated expression and found it very funny. "TSK, what's wrong with being a country bumpkin? Aren't you also a country bumpkin? By the way, you have a Level 2 master to protect you. so there is no need to come to this gathering place. Wu Feng asked. New humans with relatively weak strength like Wu Feng need the protection of the gathering place. If you are a new human of level 2, as long as you are careful, you can basically walk around in this apocalypse. I'm here to find Yi Xiaogo's parents. Do you know where they are? Lin Kong didn't need to tell Wu Feng about his mother. Based on his strength, he shouldn't be able to help much. Moreover, Lin Kong didn't want Wu Feng to be involved in such a dangerous thing. Oh, you ask about that pair of beasts. They work in the exchange over there in the gymnasium. It is said that they are often beaten and scolded, and their lives are not good. Humphrey, this kind of rich people who look down on the poor are simply bringing bad luck to us kind rich people. Now, it's good. It's retribution. Wu Feng felt resentful when he talked about Yi Xiaogo's parents. Lin Kong is his good brother. Wu Feng naturally knows the dog-blooded story of Yi Xiaogo's parents, who forced their daughter to break up with him because they looked down on Lin Kong's poor family. Therefore, after the apocalypse, when he found Yi Xiaogo's parents in the gathering place, he laughed at them severely. Of course, Wu Feng had seen Yi Xiaogo at the gathering place before, and he was quite disgusted with Yi Xiaogo. This scumbag. It's okay as long as she's still alive. Gymnasium? Right, Feng. Can you take me there? Although Wu Feng called his father-in-law and mother-in-law beasts, Lin Kong was not angry at all, because he had called them that before. So, knowing that they were often scolded and beaten, he didn't feel very distressed. If it weren't for his love for Yi Xiaogo, Lin Kong would never save such a dog-eyed person. Of course I can take you there, and I just happened to go there to pay back the money I paid for the gun. Buy a gun? Lin Kong was very curious about guns. Li Kang originally had a Desert Eagle pistol, but that gun was bitten to pieces by the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Before the end of the world, he also liked to play gun games like Crossfire. In the past, the law stipulated that guns could not be held, but now that the end of the world has come, Lin Kong suddenly wanted to buy a gun to play with. Here, a domestically made Type 64 7.62mm pistol. It costs a full 50 packs of cigarettes. I can't afford it, so I can only borrow money to buy it. But this time, I have collected enough supplies to pay off the money for the gun. Wu Feng took out a black pistol from his waist and handed it to Lin Kong. I don't recognize this one. I only know Desert Eagle, Mauser, and Colt pistols. Lin Kong took it in his hand and looked at it over and over again, and found that he had never played this kind of pistol in the game. He was a firearms novice, didn't understand pistols, and didn't understand what Type 64 inches and 7.32mm meant. Okay, I'll teach you to recognize guns in the future. I guess you haven't fired a gun, right? No, Lin Kong answered honestly. Even if he had never fired a gun, he didn't feel any shame. In his life, he had never even taken a high-speed train, because high-speed trains are twice as expensive as ordinary trains. If it weren't for pursuing Yi Xiaogo, Lin Kong had never even gone to the cinema to watch any movie. Well, you have a level 2 expert as your subordinate, but you have never even fired a gun. It's quite strange, but don't worry. If I teach you, I guarantee that you will become a sharpshooter in the future. Wu Feng promised with a pat on his chest. The two chatted while coming to the gymnasium. Before entering, you can hear the noisy buying and selling sounds inside, as noisy as a vegetable market. This is the exchange opened by the Salvation Chamber of Commerce. By the way, class leader Lin, you should have heard of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce? It has power in many gathering places. I know. Lin Kong knew more than that. This time his target was the mysterious president of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce. The original text is available at Liu number 9/stop. You can't bring weapons inside. Just as they were about to enter, a man carrying an AK-47 rifle stopped Lin Kong and his group. Fighting in the exchange and carrying weapons are not allowed. This is the rule of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce. Of course, rules are dead, but people are alive. Wu Feng stuffed 2 or 3 cigarettes and successfully brought Lin Kong in. Smoke makes the devil work. The gatekeeper didn't even check the Triceratops in a suit. Hey, isn't that level 2 expert coming in with you? Wu Feng found that Lin Kingfeng was missing. Oh, he has something to do. Lin Kong replied. It was Lin Kong's idea that he decided to act separately to save some time, because Lin Kong had too many things to do. He had to rescue Yi Xiaogo's parents, find a way to condense the beads, and kill another mutant zombie to see what would happen if the 7 black eggs collected 10 black spots. So Lin Kong asked Lin Kingfeng to contact the leader of the meteorite team first. Of course, the leader can't be seen whenever you want, you have to make an appointment first. Lin Kingfeng had to leave a mark in a specific place, such as putting a pot of white daisies at the window of his residence. When the team leader sees this, he will take the initiative to meet Lin Kingfeng at a certain location. All of this is the rule set by the president. It was originally in the hall of the gymnasium. All the sports facilities have been cleared, and on the ground, there are rows of neat and orderly stalls. There are snack stalls selling spicy strips, chocolate, bubble gum and the like. There are also arms dealers who openly sell pistols and rifles. There are also women wearing revealing clothes, with signs hanging on their bodies to sell their bodies, and the prices of bowls of rice and so on are written on them. To be honest, as a normal man, Lin Kong was really moved when he saw this beautiful woman with a graceful figure. Although he didn't have rice, he had bacon. The value of bacon is very high, and it is estimated that it is not a problem to buy this woman directly. But I have a girlfriend, so you are not allowed to look at me randomly, think about me randomly, and buy me randomly. Lin Kong took a deep breath and with difficulty retracted his greedy eyes from the revealing woman. Chapter 66. Should I kill Lin Kong? After Lin Kingfeng left Lin Kong, he returned to his residence. An idea came to his mind, a bold idea, a very bold, very adventurous idea, but one that could give people freedom, that is, to kill Lin Kong. This idea made his heart beat bang bang. Originally, when Lin Kingfeng was defeated by Lin Kong in Juzi village, he had always planned to escape. Even when Lin Kingfeng picked up the spiritual energy bead in the river where he met the goddess Huang Yun, he was thinking about escaping. But now, he wanted to kill Lin Kong. This was a completely different idea, and this idea made Lin Kingfeng's body secrete a large amount of excited adrenaline. If I kill Lin Kong and then return to Juzi village to kill Lin Kong's family, then no one else will know the secret of the meteorite fragments. In this way, the mission of the meteorite fragments will be successfully completed. I can't continue to work under the chairman. The chairman can easily let me improve my strength. Following him is far more promising than following Lin Kong, who raises dinosaurs. What I have to do is just to help the president kill more people. Anyway, I have killed enough people, my hands are already stained with blood. I can't turn back. Calm down. I have to calm down. The dangerous idea of killing Lin Kong made Lin Kingfeng's head hot, and he rushed to the bathroom to wash his face. After being poured with cold water on his face, Lin Kingfeng's thoughts finally became clearer. Whether it is to kill Lin Kong or to help Lin Kong fight against the president. In short, the first step is to contact the team leader and hand over the meteorite fragments first. He opened the window and placed a pot of green cactus at the window. This cactus means that the special task assigned by the organization has been completed. There are other plants in Lin Kingfeng's room, and each plant represents a different meaning. As long as the team leader sees this pot of cactus, he will send someone to tell me the place and time of the meeting. After placing the cactus, Lin Kingfeng sat back on the sofa and continued to think about killing Lin Kong. It must be a sneak attack. It's best to use a long-range sneak attack, so that even if it fails, you can still escape. So, what kind of sneak attack should be used? Where should the sneak attack be launched? What time should be chosen? Lin Kingfeng muttered to himself while thinking quickly. At the same time, in the exchange of the gymnasium, after Lin Kong stopped stealing glances at the beautiful woman in revealing clothes, he turned to Wu Feng and asked, "Feng, do you know the specific location of Xiaogo's parents?" Although Lin Kong didn't like Xiaogo's parents, it was better to solve this matter. I remember that they seemed to be working under a subordinate called Jin Baoang, but recently, I heard that Jin Baoang left the gathering place and has not returned yet. Therefore, we can find a subordinate of Jin Baoang to ask. Wu Feng looked around and searched among the crowd, but after searching for a long time, he didn't see any of Jin Baoang's subordinates. Instead, he saw someone he didn't want to meet. The man had a head of bright red hair and a big back-combed hair. He was wearing a big gold chain and walked with his nose up in the air. This person was called Go Yanking. Hey, isn't this Wu Fei, the wrath of the earth? Come on, try to vent your anger on me. Go Yanking shouted carelessly as he came up. The wrath of the earth was Wu Fei's superpower, a superpower that could change the terrain. Whether it was escaping, attacking, or setting traps, it was very useful. In the rating of superpowers, it was considered B level. However, Go Yanking's superpower was the fire-breathing feat that allowed him to fly, which was rated A. Go Yanking and Lin Kong's wings of white clouds were superpowers of the same rating. By the way, squad leader Lin, I have some melon seeds, peanuts, etc. here. Do you want to eat some? Wu Fei turned around and asked Lin Kong. He didn't want to pay attention to Go Yanking, this annoying guy, because he was not strong enough. 1, number 9 at slash, exclamation mark, The most satisfying thing is to beat Wu Fei black and blue in front of Li minutes. Today, Go Yanking met this couple again, and he could embarrass Wu Fei again. Sorry, I didn't hear you just now. Wu Fei was scared by Go Yanking's beating, and when he saw the latter was angry, he softened his tone and apologized. Although he did nothing wrong, but in this end of the world, being weak is the original sin. To be honest, Wu Fei missed his life before the end of the world very much. As a rich second generation, he was carefree every day and didn't have to worry about anything. When he went out, he was followed by bodyguards, and when he went to school, he also had a group of younger brothers running around and flattering him. Unfortunately, the end of the world came, and the money in the safe turned into a pile of waste paper, and the sports car in the garage turned into scrap metal. The elegant young man Wu Fei eventually became an ordinary ant. Since you can't hear, why not cut off this ear with a knife and give it to someone who needs it? Go Yanking touched his fiery red hair and said unreasonably, Mr. Go, I'm sorry, I came here just to find someone, and I'll leave immediately after I find him. Wu Fei didn't dare to talk back, and could only keep apologizing. There was no way. Go Yanking's father was not only a level 2 expert, but also a member of the Gathering Place expert group. Whether in terms of strength or background, Wu Fei was completely crushed. Alas, if Lin Kong's level 2 new human brother was still here, he could help to intimidate Go Yanking, and my life would be better in the future. Unfortunately, he went to do something. Otherwise, I'll ask Lin Kong to call that master back. Forget it. Let's not bother Lin Kong. Lin Kong is just an ordinary person, although he is the elder brother of the level 2 master on the surface. I guess that Lin Kong can't order the level 2 master around at will. Wu Fei thought to himself. He didn't intend to ask Lin Kong for help, he just wanted Go Yanking to leave quickly. But, swish, Go Yanking actually pulled out a knife. Chapter 6798K, purchase successfully. Lin Kong's residence, confirmed. Let's do it. After thinking for a while, Lin Kong snapped his fingers and jumped up from the sofa excitedly. My life cannot always be controlled by others. Fortune and wealth are sought in danger. I must take this risk. Lin Kong put on a loose black windbreaker, put on a black hat, and hurried downstairs. After a series of twists and turns, Lin Kong came to a remote room. Give me a 98K. Lin Kong threw a large bag of canned beef on the table and said lightly, 98K is a sniper rifle that can be used for long-range precision shooting. The old man sitting on the other side of the table opened the bag, squinted his eyes and counted the cans. He grinned, revealing his toothless gums. Deal. By the way, I'll give you a grenade. Then, the old man searched under the bed and found a strip of white soft cloth and a round dark green grenade. I'm not killing people outside this time. I'm inside the gathering place. And grenades make too much noise, so it's not convenient. Lin Kong just took the bar-shaped object, lifted the white soft cloth and took a look. It was a brand new 98K sniper rifle. Then I'll give you a silencer. The old man found another black tubular object. Let me try the gun. After Lin Kong skillfully installed the silencer, he opened the window, loaded the bullet, squinted his eyes, and aimed. He pulled the trigger and the bullet was fired. Swish. After being silenced by the silencer, the sound of shooting became very slight. Puff. As the sound rang out, a sparrow perched on a telephone pole 100 meters away was suddenly blown up. A few bloody feathers fell with the breeze. Well, your shooting skills are not bad. The old man wore reading glasses and looked hard for a long time before he could see the broken sparrow clearly. Well, the gun is good. Lin Kong opened the door and left. He took the sniper rifle and went straight to the exchange in the gymnasium. There were many people and eyes. It was really a perfect place for a sneak attack. As long as I shoot Lin Kong's head open, he won't have a chance to crush my spiritual energy beat. Lin Kong thought insidiously. However, when he thought that after killing Lin Kong, he would have to return to Juzi village to kill Lin Kong's family and Yi Xiago, he was a little reluctant. Because Yi Xiago's cooking skills are quite good, I like to eat her dishes very much. It's a pity that she has to die too. Inside the exchange of the gymnasium, Lin Kong, who had no idea that he was about to be shot, was looking for the figures of Xiago's parents in the crowd. However, Go Yanking, who came to cause trouble, interrupted Lin Kong's plan. So Lin Kong had to think about a question. Should he expose the existence of the Triceratops or the Tyrannosaurus rex? There is no doubt that the Triceratops is much stronger than the Tyrannosaurus rex. To deal with a weak chicken like Go Yanking, there is no need for the Triceratops to appear. However, the Triceratops in a suit was too eye-catching. Many people came over curiously and wanted to take a look. So, after thinking about it, Lin Kong finally chose to show the Triceratops. In order to save Wu Feng from the fire and water, he would use the Triceratops to crush Go Yanking. However, Lin Kong's idea failed. I've already said sorry, don't go too far. Seeing Go Yanking showing his knife, Wu Feng couldn't help but retreat again and again. His girlfriend Li Minutes saw this scene, so she immediately ran to the door and asked the guard at the door for help. How about this? If you behave, I will only cut off one of your ears today. If you don't behave, don't blame me for cutting off both of your ears. Go Yanking approached with a grim smile. For some reason, he was particularly happy today, so he wanted to make a big fuss to cheer him up. Anyway, the person behind the scenes of this exchange is Go Yanking's father, so even if he cut off someone's ears for no reason, Go Yanking would not be in trouble. Therefore, when he saw Li Minutes, he panicked and asked the guard at the door for help. He couldn't help but laugh in his heart. This silly woman, the guard at the door, is my father's subordinate, and he has a good relationship with me. How could he stop me? What a joke. However, what surprised Go Yanking was that the guard holding AK-47 actually walked over and shouted, "Hey, no fighting in the exchange." The original text is in Liu number 9 / "You are fucking stupid, you don't recognize me." As he said, Go Yanking kicked the guard hard. The guard dodged lightly, then walked to Go Yanking and whispered to remind him, "Mr. Go, calm down. You have to participate in the competition for promotion today. It's better not to cause trouble. You can play with this kind of ant slowly in the future." Hearing this, Go Yanking could only nod helplessly. Afterwards, Go Yanking walked up to Wu Feng and patted the latter's cheek. "You are lucky, I will let you go today." After patting, Go Yanking walked away. After watching Go Yanking's terrifying figure leave, Wu Feng breathed a sigh of relief, feeling lucky that he escaped. However, this thunderous thunder and little rain made Lin Kong very embarrassed. He was ready to crush Go Yanking, the ant, but Go Yanking suddenly left. "Well, I can only let this kid go for the time being. After all, this kid has some backers." To be on the safe side, Lin Kong decided to investigate Go Yanking's background clearly before taking action. "By the way, I also have to participate in the competition for promotion quota today. Class leader Lin, let's find Xiago's parents quickly so that I can participate in the competition." Wu Feng slapped his head. If it weren't for the guard, he would have almost forgotten about the competition. "What promotion quota?" Lin Kong asked curiously. "It's the quota for promotion from level 1 to level 2. Today, a competition was held at the gathering place. As long as you make it into the top 10, you will be eligible for promotion. The cultivation experts of the Chamber of Commerce will tell you how to condense the ore beads, so that you can break through level 1 and be promoted to level 2. This competition is very important to me, Wu Feng replied. He is a new human at level 1 and has been there for a long time, although he found a 6-petal green flower and had enough zombie spirit cores to support his evolution. However, because he didn't know how to condense the aura beads, he had to continue to stay at level 1. Once he got the promotion quota this time, he might be promoted from a weak chicken at level 1 to a master at level 2 in one fell swoop. In this way, the hateful guy Go Yanking would not dare to bully me like this anymore. As long as you enter the top 10, you can get the method of condensing the aura beads. Very good, very good. Lin Kong touched his chin and a smile appeared on his face. With the powerful Triceratops, it is as easy as killing chickens and dogs to beat a new human at level 1. Why don't I also participate in the competition? With the help of Triceratops, it is really easy for me to get into the top 10. He was thinking excitedly. Suddenly, two familiar figures appeared not far away. Looking closely, they were Yiziago's parents. Chapter 68 Meeting the Mother-in-Law. Fuck, can you two move faster? At the entrance of the exchange in the gymnasium, a middle-aged couple was constantly unloading the goods from the truck. The goods on the truck were bags of rice and the like, which were very heavy. However, the middle-aged couple looked haggard and their eyes were dull, because they often did not have enough food and were seriously malnourished. With their weak arms, it was naturally very strenuous to face these bags of rice weighing 50 or 60 kilograms, and their movements were also quite slow. Therefore, both of them were kicked by the new human next to them. The new human looked somewhat similar to Jin Baoang, and he carried a broad-backed broadsword on his back. He was Jin Baoang's younger brother, Jin Baoang. This Jin Baoang was a level 1 new human, and his strength was far greater than Yiziago's parents. If he came to unload the goods, I'm afraid he would unload them all in 2 or 3 strokes. However, he just stood there without doing anything, watching Yiziago's parents sweating profusely from exhaustion, and did not help, because his brother Jin Baoang ordered that Yiziago's parents must be tortured until Yiziago stopped pretending to be pure in front of his brother. Alas, why hasn't Xiago come back yet? Yiziago's mother Sunaksin lamented while carrying a heavy load of rice. Yiziago's father did not respond. He just walked silently to the warehouse inside the exchange. Lin Kong and the other two came over here. Wu Feng originally wanted to laugh at Sunaksin and his wife, but the fear that Go Yanking had brought to him just now had not dissipated, so he was in no mood to attack Sunaksin. But when Sunaksin saw Wu Feng, she took the initiative to greet him happily, and her tone was very kind. Feng, hello, long time no see. Wu Feng ignored her. Then, Sunaksin saw Lin Kong. She was stunned at first, and then she also greeted him kindly. Xiaokong is here too? Hello, auntie. Lin Kong nodded and replied without emotion. Originally, Sunaksin always called Lin Kong that poor boy, but now, it has become Xiaokong. Lin Kong looked at her carefully and found that all the expensive and gorgeous jewelry on her body were gone, not even an earring. The arrogance on her face also disappeared completely, and there was only deep haggardness and humility. But when she saw Lin Kong, she no longer showed the same disgust as before, but showed a trace of envy. Envy Lin Kong's full and rosy face, not malnourished at all. Envy Lin Kong's clothes, neatly dressed and clean. Envy Lin Kong, even though he is an ordinary person, is still doing well because of the care of his good friend Wu Feng. Unlike himself, even if he has a daughter who is a new human, he still can't eat enough and wear good clothes. It's all because of this dead girl who is too stubborn and doesn't obediently become the woman of Jin Baoang, which has led to my miserable life now. This time when she comes back, I must educate the dead girl well. Fuck, you dead woman, what are you dawdling here for? Hurry up and work. Jin Baoang, who was standing next to him, said as he was about to kick. If Lin Kong activated dinosaur possession, he could have blocked this kick for Sunaksin, but he didn't move. Bang! Sunaksin was kicked to the ground, and the rice bag in her hand fell to the ground. Sorry. Sunaksin didn't dare to show any dissatisfaction. She quickly got up and apologized repeatedly. Yiziago's father also turned to Jin Baoang to apologize. Sorry, we will work hard. Humphrey. Jin Bawang looked at the humble appearance of the two and was very satisfied. It is said that this couple used to be a wealthy family. A toilet in their house is more expensive than the whole building of my family. Haha, but now, under my hands, they are as obedient as a grandson. It's really refreshing. Suddenly, a hand was placed on his shoulder. Jin Bawang turned around and found that it was an ordinary person with no light in his pupils. He asked in confusion, "What are you doing?" Lin Kong pointed at SYNOPSIS and the other person. "I want to buy those two people. You name a price." Originally, Lin Kong thought that the snobbish SYNOPSIS would not pay any attention to him when she saw him. However, she greeted him, and she was not arrogant at all, just like a weak person who was bullied by others. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. Lin Kong couldn't bear to watch from the side, so he planned to buy them with money to settle the matter as soon as possible. "Buy them? Are you sure?" Jin Bawang pointed at SYNOPSIS and the other person and asked in confusion. He observed Lin Kong's pupils again and found that the latter was indeed an ordinary person without spiritual energy. An ordinary person, but he actually talked to me, and knew human, so calmly. Moreover, he bought things from me and looked generous enough to let me name the price. It's really interesting. I don't know who is the backer behind this guy. Did I hear correctly? Lin Kong wants to buy us? SYNOPSIS, who had not walked far, turned back with joy. At the same time, she was very puzzled. She had been so bad to Lin Kong in the past. Why did he buy her regardless of the past? What? Are you crazy? Why did you buy them? Wu Fei hurried forward and asked, pulling Lin Kong's clothes. Because I met Yixiago, and I have reconciled with her. We will definitely get married and have children in the future. As a son-in-law, I can't just watch my parents-in-law die. Lin Kong shrugged and replied, "This Kong met Yixiago?" When SYNOPSIS heard Lin Kong's words, her first reaction was, Lin Kong, an ordinary person, is not worthy of Yixiago, a new human. But then, she felt that Lin Kong was tied to Wu Fei, the big tree. Now that our family has become so miserable, what qualifications do we have to be picky? Yixiago, even with Lin Kong, is barely okay. You actually reconciled with that scumbag. Okay, but you can't buy things like this. She will definitely ask for a high price. Wu Fei and Lin Kong are good friends, and they have no scruples when talking. Even though Yixiago has reconciled with Lin Kong, her previous actions still make Wu Fei call her a scumbag. It's a waste of my food to keep these two trash here. Since you really want them, I'll give you a cheap price. Jin Bawang, who was standing by, heard Wu Fei say that he asked for a high price, so he hurriedly said to Lin Kong. He thought for a moment, then grinned and offered a quite cheap price. These two people, a total of 100 salvation coins. The price for ordinary people who are not pretty and have little strength is about 10 salvation coins. These 100 salvation coins are enough to buy 10 ordinary people. When this price was announced, the onlookers were shocked. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 6998K, Already Aiming. Kaka. The bullets of the 98K sniper rifle were already loaded. On the rooftop of the building in front of the gymnasium, Lin Kong, holding a sniper rifle, had already taken aim. The person he aimed at through the sniper scope was Lin Kong, who was in the gymnasium. However, Lin Kong did not sense the danger. He was discussing the human trafficking with Jin Bawang. As soon as Jin Bawang finished talking about the high price of 100 savior coins, Wu Fei immediately jumped out and said angrily, "They are neither beauties nor strong men. Why do you offer such a high price?" Haha, of course it's based on what you said. The lion's mouth is too high. Jin Bawang spread his hands, with an expression that said, if you don't want to buy, get out. Because this couple is the key figure in controlling Yixiago, of course they can't be sold easily, otherwise his brother Jin Bawang will come back and scold him to death. So, Jin Bawang just casually offered a price to scare Lin Kong away. SYNOPSIS, who was not far away, saw this scene and knew that it would be impossible for him to regain his freedom today. After all, 100 savior coins, such an expensive price. I am afraid that even the new human Wu Fei can't afford it, let alone Lin Kong. Alas, if you want to escape from the sea of suffering and live a good life, you still can't expect others to save you. In the end, you can only rely on your own daughter. Thinking of this, Sun Ixin's face became a little more haggard. As for Yixiago's father, he didn't say anything, because he understood that there is no such thing as pie in the sky in this world. However, there is today. Lin Kong slowly took out a stack of paper money from his arms. That special blue banknote is the Savior banknote of the Savior Chamber of Commerce. Pulling out 10 banknotes with a face value of 10 yuan, Lin Kong handed them to Jinba Wang without saying a word. Jinba Wang was stunned. Count it? If the money is correct, the 2 people will belong to me. Lin Kong stuffed the money into Jinba Wang's hand. Jinba Wang's face was full of surprise, and he thought to himself, how can there be such a stupid fool in this world? He was willing to spend 100 yuan to buy 2 pieces of trash. Sun Ixin, who was originally desperate, looked at the money at this moment, as if he was dreaming, and muttered to himself, this Dao Kong Ju actually bought us. Wu Fei, who was standing aside, saw that there was still a lot of money left in Lin Kong's hand, and his eyes were straight. No way, how can you be so rich? Did you pick it up on the street? This money is not the money before the end of the world, but the money of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce after the end of the world. It is very valuable. The price of a pound of pork is 1 yuan, and it only takes 10 yuan to buy a living person. But Lin Kong casually spent 100 yuan without even blinking an eye. It was indeed picked up, but Xiago helped me pick it up, Lin Kong joked. In fact, this is also the truth. It was indeed picked up by Xiago from Jin Baoang's body, and there was still blood on it. It is estimated that Jin Baoang will never think that the money in his hand will be stained with the blood of his biological brother. But no matter how rich you are, don't spend it recklessly. Wu Fei, who used to be a rich second generation, is now reminding Lin Kong, a rural kid, not to spend money recklessly. Lin Kong no longer pays attention to Wu Fei. Anyway, with his own strength, making money is a very simple thing. Therefore, he is too lazy to care about the 100 or 200 yuan. Lin Kong just wants to solve this matter as soon as possible. So he urged, how is it? Have you finished counting? Then I will take the person away. After Jin Baoang counted 3 times, he looked at the money in his hand, then looked at the skinny Sun Ixin, and finally looked at the money in Lin Kong's hand greedily. He hesitated in his heart. This sucker looks very stupid. Should I raise the price a little bit? As the saying goes, people die for money and birds die for food. After a moment, Jin Baoang gritted his teeth and said, the price of these 2 people is indeed 100 yuan, but we have raised them for so long and spent a lot of money. In order to save them, we even asked for a lot of connections and gave a lot of gifts. So, before he finished speaking, Wu Fei angrily accused him. What do you mean? 100 yuan is not enough to buy 2 people, and you want more money? Are you crazy about money? Even the onlookers were talking about it and pointing at Jin Baoang. Greed is insatiable. 100 yuan is enough. When doing business, just be a little greedy. It's okay to add more. If it were me, I would sell them for 50 yuan. People pay so happily, so you shouldn't waste time. Jin Baoang scratched his head. After hearing the voices of the crowd, he suddenly felt that he was indeed too much. So he changed his words and said, well, forget it. I'm too lazy to bargain with you. Just add another 10 yuan for the handling fee. On the surface, Jin Baoang looked like he was at a disadvantage, but in fact, he was very happy. Once Jin Baoang came back, if he knew that this pair of trash was sold for 100 yuan, my brother would definitely praise me a lot. But unexpectedly, Lin Kong threw all the remaining money into Jin Baoang's palm and said lightly, I'm too lazy to count it, I'll give it all to you. Jin Baoang was stunned. Wu Fei, Sun Ixin, Li Minutes, were all stunned. The people around were all stunned. Everyone was in incredible shock. After a few seconds of silence, everyone was excited. Fuck, this idiot, is his brain out? Others want 10 yuan, but he gives them a big stack. No way. Damn, I won't say anything about people showing off their wealth before the end of the world, but now that the end of the world has come, there are still people showing off their wealth. Fuck, I really want to kill this guy with a knife so that I can take all his money. Some people even wanted to rush up and kill him and rob him after finding out that Lin Kong was just an ordinary person without spiritual energy. Squad leader Lin, if you have too much money to spend, you can give it to me. Why waste it like this? Wu Feng looked like he was disappointed in Lin Kong. Seeing Lin Kong's extravagant spending, Wu Feng felt really distressed. He even needed to buy a pistol on credit. This guy, who is obviously an ordinary person, not only has a second-level master brother to protect him, but also has so much money. No, that's all. I'll give it to you when I pick up some more money later. The original text can be read in Liu number 9 / Lin Kong promised. Actually, Lin Kong was originally a good boy who was thrifty. The reason why he was so generous now was for two reasons. 1. The money originally belonged to Jinba Wang's brother, and it was stained with his brother's blood. For some reason, when Jinba Wang took the bloody money, Lin Kong felt a perverted happiness. 2. Lin Kong's time was precious, and he was too lazy to waste words with Jinba Wang, who was getting more and more demanding. At the same time, on the rooftop 100 meters away, Lin Kong was still hesitating. At this moment, his forehead was full of sweat, and his palms were also wet. Wipe the sweat first, otherwise when you pull the trigger, if your hand slips, it will be bad. Lin Kong wiped his palms and forehead with a soft cloth. Then, continue to aim. You must find a suitable time to fire, and you must kill with one shot. Soon, he found the right time. Lin Kong was motionless when paying. Shoot. Wait, my palms are sweaty. Wipe the sweat off first to prevent your hands from slipping. Lin Kong continued to wipe the sweat off, then re-aimed and looked for the right time again. This cycle repeated over and over again, and Lin Kong never dared to take action, because the pressure was too great. Every time he decided to pull the trigger, he remembered the image of Lin Kong being wrapped by the Triceratops. The big-footed zombie fell with all its strength, but Lin Kong actually blocked it with one hand, which shows that its defense is so strong that it can be described as terrifying. Therefore, I only have one chance. If I don't hit the head, as long as Lin Kong activates the Triceratops skills, I will have no chance. I can do it. Come on, I can do it. Lin Kong was cheering himself up. However, when he saw the Ultraman backpack behind Lin Kong, his eyes seemed to be able to see through the thin layer of cloth and see the Tyrannosaurus Rex hidden inside. When he thought of the ghostly speed and indestructible teeth of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, he felt cold all over and his crotch tightened. What if, at the critical moment, the Tyrannosaurus Rex suddenly jumped out and blocked the attack? It is said that animals have a sixth sense. Once I shoot, it is very likely to find me. Forget it. Give up. It will definitely be blocked. Another voice appeared in Lin Kong's mind, and this voice kept stopping him. Why think so much? Don't be a coward. Just shoot. Don't you think that Lin Kong is such a cautious person? How could he not have thought that you would attack from behind? Maybe he had guessed it a long time ago. Just like in the river, he deliberately threw the spiritual energy bead into the river to test your mind. What are you afraid of? Fortune and wealth are sought in danger. Shoot. You have sweated so much, you are so nervous, and you are so far away. How can you hit it? Just give up. After a fierce battle between heaven and man, Lin Kong put away the gun with a snap. He sat on the ground with his buttocks, breathing heavily with exhaustion. It seemed that he had just done something extremely tiring. His back was soaked. In the end, he chose to give up. In the exchange of the gymnasium, hey, I won't count the money, just take the person away. After a moment of great confusion, Jin Baoang immediately put the money in his hand firmly into his trouser pocket. He could no longer hide his inner joy after getting such a big advantage so easily, and his arrogant face was full of smiles. Okay, then happy cooperation. Lin Kong smiled. Happy cooperation. Happy cooperation. Jin Baoang responded with a smile on his face. At this moment, Lin Kong, in Jin Baoang's mind, was no longer a simple ordinary person, but a complete idiot. He liked such idiots. Chapter 70. The big knife was discovered. Lin Kong, thank you. Thank you very much. Sun Yat-sen threw down the rice bag and kept bowing to Lin Kong to express his gratitude. No need to thank me. Thank Xiago if you want to thank someone, Lin Kong said lightly. Although Sun Yat-sen looked very haggard at this time, it was impossible for him to forgive Sun Yat-sen immediately. Lin Kong, thank you very much. Xiago's father came over to thank him. Uncle, you don't have to be polite. This is what I should do. Facing Xiago's father, Lin Kong seemed much friendlier, because in the beginning, the main person who made him break up with Xiago was just Sun Yat-sen. Xiago's father was a very honest man. He was a relatively cowardly henpecked husband and followed Sun Yat-sen's instructions in everything. Therefore, Lin Kong did not blame him. By the way, aren't you and Xiago together? Where is she? Sun Yat-sen looked left and right, but could not see Xiago. She's fine. Don't worry, but you can't see her yet. I'll take you to see her when I'm done with things here, Lin Kong replied. He didn't plan to tell Sun Yat-sen about the Golden Overlord, so as to avoid unnecessary trouble. Then, Lin Kong turned to Wu Fei and reminded him, by the way, Fei, aren't you going to pay back the money for buying the gun? Go and pay it back, and I'll go watch your game after you're done. Although Lin Kong didn't sign up for the promotion quota competition, he had the strength and the powerful fists, so he also wanted to see what was going on. If possible, he could just grab their quota himself. Anyway, it's the end of the world, and the so-called rules are mostly decided by the strong. With the perverted Triceratops and the level 2 Lin Kong, Lin Kong can basically walk sideways in this gathering place. After all, the apparent strength of this gathering place is only 10 level 2 new humans at most. Okay, I'll go pay back the money now. Wu Fei was about to leave. Jinba Wang slapped his forehead and suddenly thought of a question. Hey, kid, you just said that you and Xiago aren't together, right? Then, where is my elder brother? Jinba Wang knew that his brother Jinba Wang had always wanted Xiago, so how could he let this kid be with Xiago? After hearing this, Lin Kong's mind turned quickly and he immediately thought of a very appropriate excuse. Just like buying her parents, I bought her from your brother. Okay, you are really good. Jinba Wang couldn't help laughing when he heard this explanation. He thought in his heart, my brother probably blackmailed this fool just like me. Haha, in this way, both of us brothers have made a fortune. Lin Kong, is this your pet pig? At this time, Sun Yat-sen approached the Triceratops curiously and stretched out his hand to lift up the suit on it to see what was hidden inside. Hey, don't move. Lin Kong slapped Sun Yat-sen's hand sternly. But, ding dong, when Lin Kong was fighting, he accidentally touched something on the back of the Triceratops, causing the 9-ring broadsword on it to fall down. Jinba Wang looked at it in confusion and found that the 9-ring broadsword was particularly familiar. He couldn't help but ask, is this the sword you use? Lin Kong cried out in his heart that something was wrong, and quickly picked up the broadsword and hid it back on the back of the Triceratops. Then, Lin Kong pretended to be calm and replied, yes, I use it. What's the matter? You use it. Why don't you carry it on your back? Don't you see that I have an Ultraman backpack on my back? How can a broadsword be as powerful as Ultraman? Ultraman can fight monsters, but can a broadsword do the same? Lin Kong said, and shook the backpack behind him, saying that my backpack is very cool. Indeed, there is a Tyrannosaurus Rex hidden in the backpack, which is much more powerful than the 9-ring broadsword. Can I see it? Your sword is a bit like my brother's. Jinba Wang was very familiar with his brother's sword. In the past, his brother often used this sword to slap his buttocks and wake him up. So, even though he only took a glance, Jinba Wang was very sure that it was his brother's sword. But why did his brother's sword fall into the hands of this fool? The original text is available at Liu number 9 at /bar. Okay, I can show it to you. You just need to pay a little observation fee. Observation fee? Okay, you tell me how much it costs. Jinba Wang smiled coldly in his heart. This guy actually wanted to blackmail me. He was really looking for death. Shit. The people who had been dispersing gathered around and said, hey, just now the Golden Overlord asked for a lot of money. I think it's the kid's turn to ask for a lot of money this time. It's just a little observation fee. Humphrey. I guess it's at least a few dozen yuan. But everyone never expected that Lin Kong would look up at the sky at a 45-degree angle and said leisurely, "If you want to see my sword, at least 500,000 yuan, not a penny less." Because Lin Kong hadn't come back yet, Lin Kong could take advantage of this time to play with the Golden Overlord. So he casually offered a sky-high price of 500,000 yuan. 100 yuan is considered rich in the gathering place. 500,000 salvation coins. I guess only the president of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce can come up with such a huge sum of money. So when everyone heard Lin Kong's offer, they burst into laughter. This kid must be crazy. I think he doesn't want to live anymore. He dares to tease Jin Ba Huang's brother Jin Ba Wang. However, to everyone's surprise, Jin Ba Wang did not look angry after hearing this. Instead, he answered seriously, "Okay. 500,000 is 500,000, take out the knife." Lin Kong raised his eyebrows after hearing this. He didn't expect Jin Ba Wang to agree so readily. "Pay the money first, then see the knife." "Okay." Jin Ba Wang asked his men to bring paper and pen, and wrote an IOU for 500,000 in a few strokes. "This store is a small business, we don't accept credit." Seeing Jin Ba Wang using the IOU trick, Lin Kong used the no credit trick to fight back. After this back and forth, Jin Ba Wang was immediately at a loss. He pointed at Lin Kong's nose and threatened, "Boy, I advise you not to refuse a toast. Don't think that you can act arrogantly in front of me just because you have a new human friend." Lin Kong listened and was about to speak back, but was pulled aside by Wu Fei. "Hey, squad leader Lin, don't make trouble, just show him the big knife." This Jin Ba Wang has more than a dozen men under his command. Although his men are not new humans, they are all tough guys holding submachine guns. Your little brother who is a level 2 master is not with you and cannot protect you. This bullet has no eyes. If you are shot, your small body can't bear it at all. Lin Kong patted Wu Fei on the shoulder and motioned him to rest assured. "Don't worry, the mountain man has a clever plan." Chapter 71. Don't stop me from showing off. 500,000 salvation coins, no bargaining. If you can't take it out, go anywhere you want. Lin Kong is no longer the weakling who risked his life to pick winter melons in the vegetable garden. Now, he has the SS level skill, Dinosaur Possession, with super strong defense, and a forbidden fire eye, that can block high-speed bullets head-on. The Dinosaur Possession of the Triceratops can instantly spread all over Lin Kong's body. The forbidden fire eye of the Tyrannosaurus Rex can block 5 bullets in a row when fighting Likegi, which can be called the nemesis of bullets. If someone shoots from behind, even if the Tyrannosaurus Rex is hiding in a school bag, it can sense it instantly and use the forbidden fire eye to block the flying bullet. If someone shoots from the front, Lin Kong will instantly activate the skill of Dinosaur Possession to prevent the incoming bullets from causing any harm to him. In a word, no one can sneak attack Lin Kong by shooting. Therefore, he can be so fearless. "Oh my, you are really awesome. You dared to talk to me like that." When Jin Ba Wang heard Lin Kong's arrogant words, his face was not angry at all. Instead, he was full of smiles. He snapped his fingers crisply. The men with guns around him immediately formed a circle around Lin Kong. Another smart man had already run to the door and stuffed a pack of cigarettes into the guard's pocket so that he could leave the gymnasium and go to a quiet place to smoke. "Let's go. Let's go. We're going to open fire." Seeing that Jin Ba Wang was serious, the onlookers ran away to avoid being affected by the war. After running far away and finding a safe position, everyone continued to watch with interest. Wu Fei, who was standing aside, also quickly took out the Type 64 pistol, and the spiritual energy in his body began to circulate rapidly. He advised with a vigilant look on his face, "It's just a broken knife, why bother? Just show it to him." If the level 2 master was still there, Wu Fei would never panic. The problem is that the level 2 expert is not here at all. But Lin Kong is still so arrogant. In Wu Fei's opinion, this is a very unwise behavior. "Yeah, Dao Kong, don't be impulsive." Sun Ixin also echoed. She was quite puzzled. Lin Kong has always been a cautious, gentle and polite person. Why did he become so arrogant today? Could it be that after the end of the world, there is no legal constraint, so his temperament has changed drastically? Besides, Lin Kong is just an ordinary person, facing Jinba Wang, a new human of level 1, and 7 or 8 men with guns. What capital does he have to be so arrogant? TSK, I advise you not to be tough with me. Lin Kong ignored everyone's dissuasion and still provoked Jinba Wang calmly. Okay, you are stubborn, right? I think you will not give up until you see the Yellow River, and you will not cry until you enter the coffin. Brothers, raise your guns. Jinba Wang raised a fierce smile at the corner of his mouth and waved his hand. All the men pointed their guns at Lin Kong, and the sound of bullets being loaded was loud and powerful. Sun Yixin was so scared that she immediately squatted down with her head in her hands. Wu Feng also quickly raised his gun and pointed it at Jinba Wang. He showed Lin Kong an anxious look. Hey, squad leader Lin, are we really going to fight? My Amin hasn't evolved yet. After hearing this, Lin Kong said to Jinba Wang, how about this, before the fight starts, let other irrelevant people leave first, okay? After hearing this, Jinba Wang found that Lin Kong's expression was actually very serious, as if he really wanted to use force against him, and couldn't help but laugh. Of course, no problem. You get out of the way, let these people go out. Sun Yixin took Iziago's father's hand and fled away from here. After Wu Feng persuaded his girlfriend Li Minutes to go out, he returned to Lin Kong's side and waited for battle. No matter what, I will not abandon you as a brother. After hearing this, Lin Kong felt warm in his heart. Although the end of the world has come, some people are getting worse and worse, treating other people's lives as worthless and playing with them at will. However, there are still some people who can risk their lives for friendship. Wu Feng is such a rich second generation who values friendship. Lin Kong was very moved. So, get out of here. Don't bother me showing off here. Lin Kong kicked Wu Feng away fiercely. Are you going to deal with all of them alone? Wu Feng said in astonishment. Can you get out of here quickly? I've said it before. The mountain people have their own tricks. Don't worry, I promise. Later, let them all kneel down and call me daddy. Lin Kong pointed at Jinba Wang's men and said extremely arrogantly. Then you be careful. Wu Feng knew that Lin Kong had many tricks and should not seek death. Read the original text in Liu number 9/. He looked at Lin Kong's school bag and the wild boar under his suit again, and guessed that Lin Kong would rely on these strange pets to defeat Jinba Wang and his gang. So, he gritted his teeth and finally chose to leave. But just in case, he stopped 20 meters away, ready to rush over to support Lin Kong at any time. Draw out your weapon. Jinba Wang tilted his head and said to Lin Kong. But Lin Kong ignored him. Instead, he started pointing at Jinba Wang's men and started counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9. No, how come there are only 9 of you all added up? I say, can you call one more brother to make it 10? Jinba Wang couldn't help but ask puzzledly. Why do you need to make it 10? Because. Lin Kong twisted his neck and said, imitating the lines in the movie, I want to fight 10. Puff tilde. Jinba Wang's mouth twitched, and then he laughed out loud. Sorry, I usually don't like to laugh, but, ha, you're so fucking funny, I couldn't help it. Immediately afterwards, the men with guns around him also laughed. Ha, this idiot must have watched too many movies and thinks he is IP man. Wu Feng, who was not far away, also had a lot of black lines on his head. When did this guy learn to brag? As for Sun Yixin, who was hiding in a far corner, he felt even more bitter. He was finally bought out by Lin Kong and escaped from the clutches of Jinba Wang. Now, Lin Kong would be shot to death, and he would be bullied by those bastards again. Alas, my little girl is really something. Why did she fall for such an unreliable man? Here, the broadsword you want to see. Facing the ridicule of the crowd, Lin Kong was not angry at all. He pulled out the 9-ring broadsword and threw it in front of Jinba Wang. Jinba Wang took it up and took a closer look. This is indeed my brother's sword. Tell me, how did you get this broadsword? Facing Jinba Wang's questioning, Lin Kong shrugged and answered without disguising. Your brother wanted to kill my whole family, but... poof, I killed him in return. This sword is the evidence that I killed him in return. Chapter 72. Failed to pretend. Lin Kong looked at the door and found that Lin Kong had not returned yet. He could not help but feel uneasy. Did this guy betray me? Is he secretly gathering his brothers to kill me? When he was in speculation, an angry shout came from behind him. Cow, what you just said, is it true or false? Lin Kong turned around and found that the speaker was Jin Bawang, who had already drawn his broad-backed broadsword, Vajra Blade. Activate. Jin Bawang and his brother have the same superpower. When he applies spiritual energy to an object, he can make the object become extremely hard. At this moment, the broad-backed broadsword in Jin Bawang's hand was emitting a golden light. That's it? You are far inferior to your brothers, Vajra Blade. Your brother is not my opponent. I advise you not to do it, Lin Kong said with a look of disgust. The brightness of Jin Bawang's Vajra Blade is far inferior to the brightness of Jin Bawang's skills. At first, Lin Kong only had one Tyrannosaurus Rex, but he beat his brother Jin Bawang to pieces. Now, Lin Kong has a more powerful Triceratops, and his brother Jin Bawang is no match for Lin Kong at all. To be honest, Lin Kong didn't want to bully Jin Bawang. After all, letting Triceratops break through to level 2 is the most important thing for Lin Kong at the moment. However, he accidentally dropped the 9 rings sword. According to Jin Bawang's unreasonable character, no matter what Lin Kong said, Jin Bawang would eventually get the sword and then ask his brother Jin Bawang's whereabouts. Therefore, Lin Kong took the initiative and was too lazy to lie, and directly told the truth that he killed Jin Bawang. In short, in this battle, whether Lin Kong pretended to be a grandson or a grandfather, the conflict between Jin Bawang and Lin Kong was irreconcilable. In any case, both had to fight. Since they had to fight, Lin Kong would of course choose to be a little more arrogant. However, Jin Bawang was even more arrogant and domineering. He pointed a broadsword with golden light at Lin Kong's nose and shouted in a deep voice, "Kneel down, kowtow, call me dad 3 times, and then tell me the true story in detail, and I will let you go." After listening, Lin Kong quietly put one hand on Triceratops' body, stretched out his little finger with the other hand, and then took out a grain of earwax from his ear hole. With a puff, Lin Kong exhaled and blew the earwax onto Golden Overlord. Then, Lin Kong said expressionlessly, "Didn't I tell you a long time ago? Your brother is just like you, trying to kill me without knowing his own strength, but I stabbed him in the head." The crowd watching was shocked by Lin Kong's bold behavior. Oh my god, this kid is so pretentious. At the beginning he said he would beat 10 people, and now, he actually blows earwax onto King Kong. Damn. I guess this kid is tired of living. The other person is a new human who has used his superpowers. He is just an ordinary person. How dare he get so close to him? Isn't he afraid of being cut in half by a knife? I don't believe there are such stupid people who would actively seek death. Look at the thing under that suit. I guess, what is hidden inside must be an extraordinary thing. Yes, I think so too. If he has no support, wouldn't he provoke others for no reason? Anyone who can survive so long in this doomsday must be a fool. So, what kind of monster is under that suit? Everyone was discussing, and countless pairs of eyes were staring at Lin Kong, their eyes not blinking, looking forward to subsequent developments. But, just when everyone thought that Jin Bawang was going to fight Lin Kong, things went completely beyond their expectations. "You're still talking to me here, aren't you? You're awesome. Brothers, be careful, don't shoot at his head, smash his feet first," Jin Bawang ordered with a sneer. He snapped his fingers. The gunmen around him moved their guns and aimed at Lin Kong's feet. When they were about to pull the trigger, Sun Ixin in the distance couldn't help but cover his eyes. The original text is in Liu number 9/. When Wu Fei, 20 meters away, was about to use his skills to rescue Lin Kong was about to use dinosaur possession to fight 9 people alone. "Stop it!" A loud shout rang out. Everyone turned their heads. A fat man with glowing eyes appeared at the door. The dazzling light was like a searchlight in the dark night, making it impossible to look directly at it. The onlookers raised their palms to cover their eyes, and exclaimed, "This brightness, it's a two-level new human." Even the weakest 2-level new human can fight 10 1-level new humans alone. Looking at this posture, this 2-level new human must be the backer of that ordinary person. Now, Jinba Wang is in trouble. Wu Fei saw the familiar figure of Lin Kong, and the spiritual energy in his body finally relaxed. I was wondering why the big squad leader Lin could be so arrogant. It turns out that the 2-level master has been hiding nearby for a long time, just waiting to appear at the critical moment. Sun Yixin, who didn't know what was going on, looked at Lin Kong, then at Lin Kong, and listened to the voices of the crowd. She could never have imagined that Lin Kong actually had such a powerful backer. As for the gunmen who were about to shoot, they put away their guns, and then looked at Jinba Wang, waiting for Jinba Wang's instructions. Jinba Wang gritted his teeth unwillingly, and finally extinguished the golden light on the broad-backed broadsword. His subordinates were all ordinary people, that is, he was a new human, but he was level 1. Facing this sudden level 2 master, he really couldn't fight. He looked at Lin Kong, thinking indignantly, if the sucker didn't have the support of a level 2 master, I would have killed him. Lin Kong turned around and saw the figure of the fat man walking over. Lin Kong, you are finally back. He looked behind Lin Kong again and didn't find anyone else. Lin Kong was alone, so Lin Kong felt relieved. Fortunately, this guy didn't bring a bunch of brothers to deal with me. Lin Kong walked to the side of Lin Kong. His cold face immediately changed into a kind smile, bowed slightly, and said, I'm sorry, brother. I just investigated some things, so it took some time. Because just now on the opposite rooftop, Lin Kong was entangled for a long time, whether to snipe Lin Kong, resulting in a lot of time wasted. Therefore, before coming back, he quickly collected some intelligence to deal with Lin Kong, so as to prevent Lin Kong from getting suspicious. What, did I hear it right? This level 2 new human actually calls an ordinary person big brother. When everyone heard Lin Kong's words, they all started to discuss fiercely. As for Jinba Wang, Lin Kong's big brother was like a heavy hammer, hitting him hard on the head. His face instantly became stiff, with an expression of 3 parts surprise and 7 parts fear. How could this fool have such a powerful little brother? This is bad. I just wanted to kill the big brother of this level 2 master. I won't be slapped to death, right? Exclamation mark. Chapter 73 Kneel down and call me daddy. In the hall of the gymnasium, brother, what's going on with these people? Lin Kong pointed at the gunmen who were gathered around him and asked Lin Kong. His face showed a look of ignorance. In fact, when he was on the rooftop just now, aiming at Lin Kong, he could roughly guess what happened, but he had to pretend that he didn't know. He is Jinba Wang's younger brother, because he saw the 9-ring broadsword. Lin Kong roughly explained the situation just now. After listening, Lin Kong's face suddenly became gloomy. He pointed at Jinba Wang and shouted coldly, kneel down. Huh? Jinba Wang was stunned for a moment. After reacting, he struggled for a moment, and finally threw away the broadsword and knelt on his knees. The gunmen around saw that the boss had knelt down, and they all knelt down. Call me daddy. Lin Kong pointed at Lin Kong and signaled these people to call Lin Kong daddy. The gunmen looked at each other, embarrassed, not knowing whether they should call him daddy. But at this time, Jinba Wang, who had been struggling for a long time, spoke first. Dad, Dad. The gunman no longer hesitated and followed Lin Kong to call him Dad. Because the gunman just knelt in a circle, the dad voices coming from all directions made Lin Kong feel very awkward. He felt like he was being cursed by a group of evil wizards. He waved his hand and said, why are you being polite? Sons, get up quickly. I don't want to be your father. Brother, are you just going to let them go? Lin Kong's expression changed very quickly, and when he spoke to Lin Kong, he put on a respectful look again. They are just a bunch of scum, not worth wasting my time. If the big knife hadn't been accidentally discovered, I wouldn't have talked to them at all. Lin Kong originally just wanted to teach Jinba Wang a lesson, not to kill him. Now that others have knelt down and called him Dad, he was too lazy to pursue it. The most important thing for Lin Kong at the moment is to catch a team leader and force him to tell the whereabouts of the laboratory. Can we leave? Jinba Wang asked tentatively after standing up. Although he knew that his brother might have been killed by Lin Kong, He silently endured the hatred, because the opponent was protected by a level 2 master. He was just a weakling at level 1 and had no chance of revenge. Besides, a furious person like his brother would die in the hands of others sooner or later. Now that the end of the world has come, there is no need for him to sacrifice his precious life for his impulsive brother. No, Lin Kong said. Dad, please let me go. Jin Bawang was stunned when he heard Lin Kong's refusal, and then he immediately knelt down and begged for mercy. I mean, you have to give me back the money before you can leave, Lin Kong explained. Oh, money, right? Okay. Jin Bawang quickly took out the stack of money he had just taken, held it in both hands, raised it above his head, and handed it to Lin Kong. After Lin Kong got the money back, he no longer cared about Jin Bawang, and let him flee with a group of gunmen. So far, the incident between Lin Kong and Jin Bawang came to an end. However, everyone was still not satisfied. Because of the outbreak of the zombie crisis, the end of the world has come. The people who survived the disaster have become more or less crazy in their mentality. Many onlookers witnessed this ups and downs farce with their own eyes, and it ended so simply. No one died, and there was not even a single injured person bleeding. They all felt bored. Even Sun Aixin felt that he was not very satisfied. Obviously, there were such powerful helpers. Why didn't they kill a few people to make an example of them? As for Wu Fei, he breathed a sigh of relief. This Lin Kong was still the squad leader Lin he knew. He did not become a crazy person who relied on strength to kill people at will because of the coming of the end of the world. Why are you standing there? Didn't you say you were going to pay for the gun? Lin Kong reminded Wu Fei. The latter said oh and immediately went to find the dealer who sold him the gun. After finding him, Wu Fei wanted to return the money. As a result, the dealer waved his hands again and again. No, it's just a pistol, I'll give it to you. The gun dealer naturally saw what happened and found out that Wu Fei and Lin Kong were related, so how could he dare to take back the money for the pistol? Okay, thank you. Wu Fei happily put the pistol back into his waist. Read the original text in Liu number 9/. The group walked out of the gymnasium. Sun Aixin and his wife were going back to their residence to pack up their things, while Lin Kong and the other 4 went to the playground for the promotion quota competition. On the way, Lin Kong remembered what Lin Kingfeng had said before and asked, by the way, what did you investigate just now? It's about condensing the spiritual energy beats. Originally, this method required a truckload of rice, but now, it can be bought with only 1 or 200 salvation coins. Lin Kingfeng said what he had prepared before. Why is it so cheap all of a sudden? Lin Kong asked curiously. If the method of condensing beats can be done with 1 or 200 salvation coins, then he doesn't have to go through all the twists and turns to participate in any competition. It's because of the twin girls. They killed 5 or 6 level 2 new humans, and there are only about 10 level 2 new humans in the gathering place. With their strength greatly reduced, they naturally have to quickly replenish some level 2 new humans. Lin Kingfeng learned all this information from the old man who sold him the 98K sniper rifle. In this way, they indirectly helped me a lot, Lin Kong said jokingly. He sighed in his heart that the things in this world are really quite wonderful. If the number of level 2 new humans in the gathering place does not decrease, those experts will definitely not easily let others be promoted to level 2 in order to maintain their dominance. I say, squad leader Lin, are you going to buy it directly with money? Wu Fei heard the conversation between the two and came over to ask. Hearing that the price of the method of condensing beads has dropped, he was a little tempted, but even if the price was reduced, Wu Fei couldn't afford so much money. However, Wu Fei took good care of Lin Kong before the end of the world. Should he borrow some money from Lin Kong? He would definitely agree. Of course, it's the best way to solve it with money. Don't worry, if you lose in the competition, I will also buy you a copy with money. Lin Kong saw Wu Fei's thoughts at a glance, so he said generously, since you said so, I can just admit defeat when the fight starts later. Hehe. Wu Fei said with a smile. 5 or 6 minutes later, everyone had arrived at the playground. There were already crowds of people here, and it was packed. Wu Fei squeezed in from the crowd. When he finished reading the list of matches, His face suddenly became ugly. "Cheng Cheng, why do you look so dead?" asked his girlfriend Li minutes beside him. Wu Fei sighed and said quietly, "It seems that if I want to break through to level 2, I really need to buy it with money, because, in this competition, my opponent is Go Yanking." Chapter 74 Preparing for Robbery. After arriving at the playground, Lin Kong and Wu Fei separated. Wu Fei was very depressed when he found out that his opponent was the powerful Go Yanking. Lin Kong thought he could buy the method of condensing beads smoothly, but he didn't expect that he would encounter a lot of trouble. Relying on Lin Kong, who was at level 2, Lin Kong asked along the way and found the office of the cultivation expert smoothly. Outside the office door, a sweet-looking secretary said to Lin Kong apologetically, "Please wait a moment, the experts are in a meeting." "Yes." Lin Kong nodded. So the two sat on the chairs in the corridor and waited. Lin Kong's stomach was rumbling, and he looked at the clock on the wall. It was already 12 o'clock. He asked Lin Kong, "Brother, it's noon. Do you want me to get you some food?" "No, I'll just eat some bacon." Lin Kong took out the bacon from the bag and ate it, and shared it with Lin Kong. "You eat it too?" "Oh, thank you, brother." Lin Kong is not polite when it comes to food. He carefully took a piece of bacon and ate it happily. Although it was an ordinary piece of bacon, after Yiziago coated it with various condiments and steamed it, it became extremely delicious. Feeling the delicious food in his mouth, Lin Kong couldn't help but feel lucky that he didn't shoot Lin Kong just now. If he followed Lin Kong in the future, there would definitely be more delicious food to eat. As for the mysterious chairman, if the food in Lin Kong's house was delicious enough, he would fight the chairman to the end even if it cost him his life. How is the team leader's matter going? Lin Kong asked in a low voice while tearing the bacon. "Generally, if we contact in the morning, the team leader will send someone to inform me of the time and place of the meeting at the latest tomorrow morning." Lin Kong wiped his mouth and replied. He stared at the bacon in the bag, hesitating in his heart whether to eat another piece. Lin Kong saw through his thoughts and smiled. "Eat as much as you can. We are about to go to war with the team leader. If you don't eat enough, you will have no strength." "Okay, thank you, big brother." Lin Kong smiled. He stretched out his hand with satisfaction like a child, picked up another piece of bacon, and ate it in big mouthfuls. Lin Kong looked at Lin Kong's expression and suddenly felt enlightened. When he was in Orange Village, this fat man gave him the feeling of a death god. His every move, even an indifferent look, would slow down Lin Kong's heartbeat. However, now, the terrifying figure like the death god has become a greedy fat man. When Lin Kong and the other two were eating bacon, suddenly, a middle-aged strong man walked in quickly from outside. The sweet secretary went to stop him, but she couldn't stop him at all. Bang! The middle-aged strong man kicked open the door of the office. As soon as he entered, he started to curse loudly. "Ziwang, are you crazy? Why did you suddenly release so many places?" There was a rectangular table in the office. Around the table, there were 7 or 8 old men wearing glasses. They were in a meeting and were frightened by the muscular man's aggressive appearance. However, Ziwang, the young man sitting right above the table, took the thermos cup calmly and took a sip of boiled water slowly. Then, he pointed to the seat next to him and said lightly, "I just left a vacant seat for you. Sit down and talk slowly." Seeing Ziwang's calm appearance, the muscular man was embarrassed to continue scolding, so he snorted and sat on the chair. Because the door had been kicked and broken, it couldn't be closed at all. So, Lin Kong tilted his head, secretly looked inside, and commented, "This Ziwang looks so awesome." Lin Kong listened and nodded. "Well, his demeanor is quite extraordinary, and there's a gleam in his eyes. He is at least a level 2 new human. However, I guess his strength is a little worse than mine." Lin Kong has 24 strands of spiritual energy in his body, and because he is a special new human transformed by the president, his strength is probably that of a mid-level 2 master. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. Lin Kong estimated that Ziwang is only at the beginning of level 2, and the spiritual energy in his body is about 20 or 21 strands. In this case, if a fight breaks out later, this Ziwang will be handed over to you, and the other experts, Let me take care of them, Lin Kong said in a low voice. Seeing the corrupt and stubborn look of these people, Lin Kong decided that if the deal could not be negotiated, he would just fight directly, and he was too lazy to talk to them. Anyway, I have dinosaurs and big fists. I am not afraid. In Orange Village, I need to consider the lives of my father and sister, but in this gathering place, I have nothing to worry about, and I won't stay there for long, so it's okay even if there's a big fuss. Okay. Lin Kingfin's mouth twitched when she heard Lin Kong's arrangement. This guy, how can he be so cautious at one moment and so bold at another? He's thinking about robbing before the deal even starts. Lin Kingfin really couldn't understand Lin Kong's thoughts, so he could only nod and agree with Lin Kong's actions. Anyway, if the sky falls, there's this tall guy who raises dinosaurs to support it. Please stop looking. The experts are having a confidential meeting. At this time, the sweet secretary came over with a professional smile on her face, blocking Lin Kong's view with her body. Oh, okay, Lin Kong agreed, and then sat back on the bench in the corridor obediently. Thank you for your cooperation. The sweet secretary bowed to thank him. She was not a new human, and if Lin Kong was unreasonable, she couldn't stop him at all. Fortunately, the handsome young man in front of him was a polite person. While the secretary was thinking this, Lin Kong crossed his legs, leaned on the bench, and said like a rogue, "But I'm full, so I can only wait for 5 more minutes at most." Before, he was willing to wait because he was hungry and wanted to eat something first. Now, since he saw through the strength of the experts at a glance, it was naturally impossible for him to wait honestly. "I'm just a weak woman who guards the door. Please don't embarrass me." The secretary pretended to be pitiful and asked Lin Kong. Through his glowing pupils, she knew that Lin Kingfin was a new human, and observing his momentum, he was probably a level 2 master. A person of this level, she, a small secretary, could not afford to offend. From Lin Kingfin's respectful attitude towards Lin Kong, she could infer that this seemingly ordinary young man must have something extraordinary. Therefore, facing Lin Kong's words, she dared not neglect them at all. Chapter 75. Just kidding. 500,000. It was the price that Lin Kong used to play tricks on Jin Ba Wang. Now, Zi Wang was using it on himself. Lin Kong raised his eyebrows and said with a smile, "You must be Jin Ba Wang's backer. If that's the case, I won't bother to talk nonsense with you." Just now, Lin Kingfin asked Jin Ba Wang to kneel down and call him daddy. Now, Zi Wang must want to get back at Lin Kong. Lin Kong turned around and said without disguising, "Get ready to fight. Just do what I said before." "Okay, big brother." Lin Kingfin's knuckles were crackling and his eyes were burning with fighting spirit. The wings under his windbreaker were also stirring, ready to show them directly later to give this group of people a big surprise. "Hey, think about it. We have 2 level 2 new humans here." Zi Wang was not panicked at all. He sat back in his chair, picked up the thermos cup and drank water. He looked like he didn't take Lin Kong seriously at all. The middle-aged strong man beside him also sat on the chair without moving, just folded his arms, waiting for Lin Kingfin to come over. These 2 people were not afraid, but the other experts wearing glasses ran away from their chairs and rushed out. They didn't dare to watch the battle between level 2 masters at close range. As for the sweet secretary, she also ran out of the office building with everyone. However, just when Lin Kong thought that the battle was about to break out, Zi Wang on the opposite side puffed and spit out a mouthful of boiled water. "Just kidding, brother. I'm kidding you." "What's a joke?" "I'm not kidding you." Lin Kong looked puzzled. "I mean, the 500,000 just now was just a joke." Zi Wang smiled and stood up from his seat, wiped the water stains on the table, and said, "Isn't it just a method of condensing beads? I don't charge you, I'll give it to you for free." "Free?" Lin Kong frowned and said, he didn't believe that Zi Wang would be so kind. "That golden overlord is not a good guy. He pointed a gun at you, so you should kill them all." "Why would I be angry with you for this? Just now, it was just a little joke." "I believe you have heard that 2 level 3 mutant zombies have recently come to the gathering place. In this situation where the enemy is at hand, we should unite and not fight among ourselves. Therefore, I plan to tell everyone the method of condensing beads for free. so as to increase the number of level 2 new humans. Wang explained slowly. Since you want to announce it for free, why do you still have a competition for promotion quotas? Lin Kong was skeptical about this explanation. After a pause, he found the loophole in Wang's words. Of course, the purpose of this competition is to give the most capable people the chance to win. For people with poor abilities, even if they are promoted to level 2, it is useless. As for brother Lin Kong, you have such a powerful helper, so you must be extraordinary. So, I decided to tell you this method for free. Wang's tone was very sincere. His expression was also very serious when he spoke, and he didn't seem to be lying. Okay, then tell me. Lin Kong didn't know what Wang was up to. Since he said he would tell him for free, Lin Kong followed his meaning. This method is quite special. I'll tell you after the competition is over. Wang smiled awkwardly at Lin Kong. Haha, don't say it if you don't want to. Is it fun to beat around the bush? Lin Kong looked impatient, but Wang raised his palm and said sincerely, I can assure you that I will tell you as soon as the competition is over. If you are really worried, I can write you a letter of guarantee. Hearing this, Lin Kong already believed Wang's promise. Then, Wang continued to persuade, I don't need to lie to you about this matter. As soon as the competition is over, I will tell the other 10 people this method at the same time. One less or one more will not make a difference. Telling you this method will have almost no effect on me. Moreover, think about it, if I lie to you, it means I am making an enemy of you. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. There are 2 level 3 zombies outside, staring at us. How dare I cause an internal conflict? After saying this, Lin Kong nodded unconsciously. He sorted out Wang's thinking logic and found that Wang really didn't need to lie to him. Lin Kong hesitated and said, when will your competition be over? It will be over at 3 or 4 this afternoon. New humans are not cabbages in the market. We only have about 20 contestants. Everyone just needs to play one match, and the winner will get the promotion quota directly. It's that simple and efficient. Wang said hurriedly, fearing that Lin Kong would disagree. Lin Kong thought for a while, then looked at Lin Kingfeng. Kingfeng, what do you think? Brother, we are facing a powerful enemy now, and we really shouldn't fight among ourselves. If a fight really breaks out, Lin Kingfeng is naturally not afraid. However, when he thought of the twin girls, his back felt cold. Those 2 level 3 zombies are so terrifying. If they rush into the gathering place one day, I'm afraid that blood will flow directly into a river. Okay, then we have a deal. As soon as the competition is over, you must tell me the method immediately, and you are not allowed to use any other excuses to extend the time of the competition. Lin Kong always felt that something was wrong, but after hesitating for a moment, he finally agreed. Although we have a high probability of defeating Wang and his men, since we can now get the method of condensing beads for free, not starting a war is also a good choice. After all, it is better to be safe than sorry. If Wang and his men suddenly lose their temper and fight to the death, it is possible that Lin Kingfeng and I will be seriously injured. Okay, no problem. I will never use any excuses, Wang promised firmly. However, Lin Kong was still a little worried. By the way, you just said that you can write a letter of guarantee, then write one. Wang said his face froze. He didn't expect that Lin Kong would actually ask him to write a letter of guarantee, he just said it casually. Suddenly, Lin Kong laughed. Ha ha ha, I'm kidding. Brother, I'm kidding you. What are you kidding? So you are imitating me. Ha ha, brother, you are really humorous. Wang began to be confused by Lin Kong's laughter. Then he thought of his joke just now, and was surprised to find that Lin Kong actually said the same thing as he did. He then laughed heartily. The originally serious office was suddenly filled with a happy atmosphere. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.